Chapter 17:15. The formation seems to have changed. Suemo Yin, what's going on? The crowd was in an uproar. They were confused by this sudden change. Suemo Yin was so shocked that his eyes almost fell to the ground. Qin Fan had changed the direction of the formation with a wave of his hand. Rumble. The 6 or 7 killing formations did not stop. Instead, they launched an even fiercer attack. The disciples who had just rushed into the formation were all trapped. 4 or 5 of them were cut into pieces by the sword before they could figure out what was going on. Elder Su, this is bad. Qin Fan also knows formations. Senior brother, quickly save me. Quickly turn off the trap array around me. My arm is gone. Turn off the killing formation, or I'll die. The remaining 4 or 5 disciples were not much better off. Almost all of them were seriously injured. 2 of them had their arms and legs cut off, but they were still alive. Suemo Yin came to his senses and hurriedly flew out. He threw out several formation flags in the air. Buzz! A wave of energy spread out and the formation changed. The trap formation that trapped the disciples of the 7 Stars Temple changed its direction and surrounded Qin Fan. The killing formation was temporarily turned off. Otherwise, the disciples would have been killed. Qin Fan was delighted. He had deliberately provoked Suemo Yin to lure the disciples of the 7 Stars Temple into the formation. After all, these were all LV4 formations. Qin Fan could not break them in a short time. However, he could change the formation from a killing formation to a killing formation. Even though the last 3 disciples managed to escape from the formation circle, their bodies were still in tatters. It was better for them to die than to live. Suemo Yin's eyes were bloodshot. He no longer cared about forcing out the elixir recipes and the heavenly flame. He waved his hand, and several formation flags fell to the ground. The 6 or 7 killing formations were activated again. Qin Fan killed the disciples of the 7 Stars Temple. He must atone for his crime with his death. If you don't want to help me, step aside. If anyone dares to stop me, don't blame me for being rude. Suemo Yin roared. Those who were about to stop him did not do anything. Although Suemo Yin only had the 7 changes Buddha aura and was no match for Bai Lin and Lu Li, his formation skills were amazing. No one dared to look down on a LV4 formation. Elder Su, we, the Zhu family of the Firely Zhu family, are willing to lend you a hand. Immortal Crane Mountain also wants to kill that brat. What bullshit pill recipe. It's nothing compared to the disciples of my Yuan continent's Shui family. All of a sudden, the 3 major powers joined the fray. Originally, they were here to kill Qin Fan. As for the pill recipe for the Spirit Surge pill, they only found out about it later. Moreover, they only saw Qin Fan take out the purple flame and the Spirit Sunflower not too long ago. The Treasure Pill Pavilion and the Red Flower Hall didn't make any movements. After all, they were big sects, so what did the lives of a few disciples count for? The pill formula and the heavenly flame were what they were interested in. With Suemo Yin's help, the formation returned to normal. Even if Qin Fan wanted to change the formation, the disciples of Fairy Crane Mountain and the other forces could not stop him. Rumble. Suddenly, a deafening sound reverberated through the sky. A total of more than 50 people from the 4 major forces launched an attack at the same time. In addition to the attack of 6 or 7 killing arrays, a huge pit was blasted open in the center of the courtyard. Even the level 4 trap formation was instantly destroyed. There was no sign of Qin Fan on the ground. He must have fallen into the deep pit where the white smoke billowed. Elder Su, do you still have a trap formation? Hurry up and seal the pit. I suspect that the brat is still alive. Everyone be careful. Don't let Qin Fan escape. Suemo Yin, Qin Fan is already seriously injured. Don't kill him yet. It won't be too late to kill him after we get the pill formula. The crowd was in a mess. Some wanted to go into the pit and kill Qin Fan once and for all. However, Bai Lin and the others came to persuade Qin Fan to live. Suemo Yin's killing intent was overflowing. He threw out a few formation flags, and suddenly, 4 walls appeared above the pit. Obviously, he was not going to let Qin Fan live. The disciples of the Zhu clan of the Firely clan and the Shui clan of the Yuan continent immediately surrounded the trap formation. As soon as Qin Feng appeared, they would attack. Some people looked into the deep pit. The huge pit was so deep that they could not see the bottom. There was a mushroom cloud rising from the pit. It was impossible to see anything clearly. At the bottom of the pit, Qin Feng lay on the rubble. There were a few cracks on his water spirit true armor. It looked like it would break into water droplets at any time. Little Pig's anxious voice kept coming. Master, master, wake up. Are you okay? Qin Feng could hear Little Pig's voice, but he did not have the strength to answer. He immediately swallowed a few pills to stabilize his aura and replenish his qi and blood. It was the level 4 trap formation that saved him. If it wasn't for the formation that blocked most of the energy, he would have died by now. Qin Feng did not hide in the astral world at the most critical moment. There were too many powerful venerables guarding this place. Even if he escaped into the astral world to temporarily preserve his life, the astral world would definitely be discovered. It was a spatial treasure, after all. He did not know how crazily Bai Lin and the others would search for it. If they could not find Qin Feng, these bastards would definitely go to the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Since there was no way out, Qin Feng decided to fight to the death. Moreover, the attack just now had completely enraged him. When his aura recovered a little, he leaped out. Boom! When he rushed into the air, he was blocked by the level 4 trap formation. There was a loud crash. Qin Feng did not care about the surging qi and blood in his body. With a slight thought, a cool-looking sniper appeared in his hand. The body of the sniper was surrounded by white lightning and crackled with electricity. The people who were looking for Qin Feng were shocked and looked up into the sky. That kid is really not dead. He wants to break out of the trap formation. Humph! This level 4 trap formation was carefully set up by me. Even if Qin Feng was at his peak, he would not be able to break out of it easily, not to mention that he is seriously injured. So, Amos said proudly. Someone noticed the appearance of the 100-mile light sniper and looked confused. What weapon is Qin Feng holding? This is the first time I have seen such a strange weapon. Who cares what it is? Even if he takes out the ancient divine weapon today, he will not escape death. My friends, the time for revenge has come. Everyone listen to my command. Launch another fierce attack, and Qin Feng will die. Suemo threw out the smoke formation flag, and several killing formations were activated again. He circulated his aura and commanded the people to launch an attack. However, he saw a cold smile on Qin Feng's face. He did not see him do anything, but the strange weapon in his hand suddenly shone with white light. A terrifying and suffocating energy surged out and instantly smashed the level 4 trap formation. Rumble. This was the first time Qin Feng used the 100-mile light sniper. He was somewhat worried. If the power of this 3-star product combined with the energy star stone could not suppress the crowd, then he really had no other trump card. However, after the first shot, Qin Feng was stunned by the scene in front of him. He realized that he had really underestimated the power of this light sniper. Chapter 17:16. Boom! A white electric current as thick as a man's waist broke the trap formation and caused a huge explosion. A violent aura suddenly shrouded the courtyard. Suemo was so scared that she did not even care about the formation and jumped away. Zhao Chanwu, the elder of Crane Mountain, and Shui Gang, the elder of the Shui family from Yuan Continent, came to their senses and retreated 100 meters on their flying swords. However, more disciples did not have time to react. They were sent flying into the sky by the electric explosion, and blood and flesh rained down from the sky. Rumble. It was just the might of a single spear, and the violent airflow lasted for a long time. It was as if a missile had been launched in the courtyard. Huge mushroom clouds rose into the sky and blocked everyone's sight. What happened to the disciples of the 7 Stars Temple? Suemo Yan's panicked voice came from afar. It seemed that he was frightened by the power of the lightning sniper. But no one answered. Suemo Yan asked anxiously, Suji, are you okay? Suji, say something. There was no response from the disciples. Apparently, all the disciples of the 7 Stars Temple were killed except for Suemo Yan. Suemo Yan was not the only one who shouted. The elders of the other superpowers also shouted. Are there any disciples of the Shui family still alive? Say something. We're doomed. I brought more than a dozen elite disciples here, but I'm the only one left. How am I going to explain this to the master? It's all because the elders of Red Flower Hall and Treasure Elixir Tower try to stop us from killing Qin Feng. Now that Qin Feng killed so many disciples, Red Flower Hall and Treasure Elixir Tower will have to take responsibility. Isn't Qin Feng seriously injured? How could he launch such a fierce attack? The crowd was talking at once. Their voices came from all directions. It seemed that they were hiding in different places. Up until now, only the disciples of the Red Flower Hall were unharmed. As for the other big powers, only the elders who led them were still alive. As for the main disciples of the Fire Li Zhu family, they were completely annihilated by Qin Feng's spear. Anyway, I can't explain this to the master. Qin Feng, I'm going to kill you. Zhang Yusheng, the leader of the Zhang family, suddenly roared. He turned into a black shadow and shot into the clouds in the courtyard. Zhang Yusheng, come back. Elder Zhang, you mustn't enter recklessly. Several voices came from all directions. However, just as they were shouting, a loud sound came from the courtyard. The mushroom cloud that had yet to dissipate tumbled and rose, and violent explosions sounded one after another. Everyone was silent, and a wave of fear arose in their hearts. At this time, the Zhu family's main courtyard was like a hell of death. Even the two Red Flower Hall elders and Lu Li didn't dare to approach within 100 meters. After a long while, Zhang Yusheng's voice still hadn't been heard. Bai Lin couldn't help but shout, "Brother Zhang, are you all right?" Apart from the aftermath of the explosion, there was no other response from the courtyard. Everyone's hearts sank. There was no need to think too much. Zhang Yusheng was already dead. A moment later, a strange aura enveloped the entire Li-Fire city. Elder Zhang Yusheng of the Dark North Zhang clan was an expert at the fifth transformation realm. Yet he was insta-killed the instant he entered the courtyard. No one could guess what was hidden in the courtyard. Qin Feng was already heavily injured, so it was obvious that he couldn't kill Zhang Yusheng instantly. Could it be that the brat had some kind of treasure? If that was the case, this treasure was too powerful to be able to insta-kill an expert at the middle stage of the Buddha Light Realm. Everyone be careful. Don't rashly enter the courtyard. Wait for me to set up a few trapping arrays outside the courtyard. As long as Qin Feng dares to come out, I will definitely be able to trap him again. Suemo Yin was really afraid, and even the idea of avenging his disciples was temporarily dispelled. He kept throwing array flags at the corner of the courtyard, and it seemed like he was already setting up an array. Elders of the Red Flower Hall, now it's time for you to take a stand. The plan to ambush Qin Feng this time was proposed by you. Now that our disciples have been completely annihilated and your Red Flower Hall is completely unharmed, the responsibility for killing Qin Feng falls on your shoulders. Yuan Continent's Shui clan elder Shui gang shouted. Celestial Crane Mountain's Zhao Chengwu immediately echoed. I agree with Shui gang's proposal. The Red Flower Hall and Treasure Pill Pavilion will lead the team into the courtyard. The few of us will guard the courtyard to prevent Qin Feng from escaping. Bai Lin and Bai Hua's expressions were ugly. At this point, they really couldn't shirk their responsibility. After all, this operation was initiated by them. A mere ant at the second level of the Buddha light has scared you to this extent. Guard the outside. I will go in and find out what is going on. Bai Lin's voice was still echoing in the same place, but a figure shot into the courtyard. The others immediately quieted down, holding their breaths as they waited for Bai Lin to bring out the good news. As soon as he entered the courtyard, Bai Lin frowned. The entire inner courtyard was shrouded in clouds, and visibility was less than half a meter. He completely relied on his aura to find Qin Feng, but Qin Feng seemed to be intentionally hiding his aura, and he couldn't sense anything. "Oh, Bai Lin, are you looking for me?" A familiar voice rose behind him, and Bai Lin immediately broke out in a cold sweat. It was strange. Bai Lin was now a dignified expert at the 8th level of the Buddha light, and he didn't take Qin Feng seriously at all. However, when Qin Feng really appeared, that uncontrollable fear emerged from the bottom of his heart. Kaboom! He turned around and struck with his palm, and the move was completed in a flash. A crack appeared in the clouds behind Bai Lin, and his vision became clear. However, Qin Feng's figure was not there, and his palm hit nothing. Surnamed Qin, you can't be afraid of me, can you? Why don't you dare to show yourself? The fear in Bai Lin's heart grew stronger, but he pretended to be calm. As soon as he finished speaking, a strong wind blew beside him, and Qin Feng was already standing in front of him on a flying sword. You want to see me? Aren't I right here? Bai Lin was shocked, and the flying sword under his feet instantly retreated dozens of meters. Because of Zhang Yuxing's inexplicable death, Bai Lin didn't dare to underestimate Qin Feng, and he struck several palms into the air while retreating. I want to see what you're capable of, kid. Kaboom! The palm wind had already struck out, and a large area of the air in front of him was pierced through. Qin Feng's figure became extremely clear, and he was holding an unknown weapon in his hand. However, Bai Lin didn't care about this at all. He was a powerful expert at the 8th level of the Buddha light, and he believed that Qin Feng would definitely die under his palm strikes. Then you better open your dog eyes and watch carefully. Bang! Just as the palm wind was about to hit Qin Feng, he suddenly pulled the trigger, and a white electric light, as thick as a person's waist, shot out, like a white dragon swooping down to the ground. The moment the electric light and the palm print collided, a loud sound shook the sky, and the seemingly powerful palm print was instantly broken. Before Bai Lin could come back to his senses, he had already been blasted out of the courtyard by the 100-mile light sniper. Chapter 17:17. The power of the 100-mile light sniper was astonishing. Every shot was like a bolt of lightning. The entire Fire City shook as if there was an earthquake. Clouds rolled in the inner yard, and the entire Fire City was in chaos. Several figures immediately landed around Bai Lin. At this moment, Bai Lin was still breathing, but his miserable appearance caused the hearts of the onlookers to tremble. He had been injured by something. His clothes and spiritual armor were long gone. His body was bloody, charred, and smelled burnt. Senior Bai Lin, what happened to you? Senior Bai Lin, hold on. Tell us what happened inside. Who hurt you like this? Senior brother, eat this solid pill. The crowd was in a mess. They could no longer calm down. Bai Ming Zhang Yuxing, who had killed his way into the inner yard, was only at the 5 changes of Buddha's light, which belonged to the middle stage of Buddha's light. However, Bai Lin was the great elder of the Red Flower Hall, with the 8 changes of Buddha's light. Among the crowd, his strength was only below Lu Li's. What the hell was hidden in that courtyard? Woo-woo. As soon as the solid pill entered his mouth, Bai Lin closed his eyes and died before the medicine could even spread. His last sentence was to say that Qin Feng's weapon was very powerful, but he died before he could finish his sentence, leaving everyone confused. What will we do now? Elder Zhao Chengwu of the Celestial Crane Mountain panicked. He was only at the 4 changes Buddha light realm. Even Bai Lin, who was at the 8 changes Buddha light realm, was dead. Elder Shui Gang of the Yuan Continent Shui family was also a little scared. Why? Why don't we meet again to kill Qin Feng? Let's disperse today. Su Mo Yin of the 7 Stars Temple did not say anything, but his expression was also very serious. Bai Hua coldly roared. Today, our 7 major powers joined forces to kill Qin Feng, and 3 days ago, we rushed to Lai Fire City to set up an inescapable net. If we still can't capture that surnamed Qin, wouldn't we become a laughingstock? Moreover, today all of our disciples died. If we leave like this, how can we explain to our sect leader and family head? Bai Hua's words caused the thought of retreating to disappear from their minds. It wasn't because their fighting spirit had been aroused, but because they realized that Bai Hua's words were true. If they returned like this, how would they explain it to their superiors? If that's the case, then let's not go in one by one. Let's go in together. Zhao Chengwu roared. Shui Gang immediately said, let's split into 4 groups and attack from all 4 directions at the same time. I don't believe that the thing hidden in the courtyard is so powerful that it can kill everyone in one go. Shui Gang's suggestion is good. Everyone split into groups. Bai Hua nodded. Su Mo Yin added, I'll be in charge of setting up the formation. Everyone, try your best to stall Qin Feng and the hidden monsters. As long as the trapping formation is set up, no one will be able to escape. The more they spoke, the more confident they became. They believed that with this perfect plan, Qin Feng would not be able to escape even if he grew wings. However, just as they were about to charge into the inner yard, a gust of wind rose from the yard. Everyone looked up, and their expressions changed drastically. Oh no, the grandson with the surname Qin has come out. Haha, just in time. Don't be afraid, everyone. I've already set up a trapping formation around the yard. I'm just afraid that Qin Feng won't come out. Suemo Yin suddenly laughed. Everyone immediately calmed down, and a playful smile appeared on their faces. If Qin Feng had continued to stay in the inner yard, they would not have been able to do anything. Now that this brat had come out to court death, it was exactly what they wanted. Swoosh! Suemo Yin waved his hand, and several formation flags fell to the ground. A strange energy fluctuated, and several walls rose around the yard's walls, trapping Qin Feng in the air. The smiles on the faces of the others became even wider, and they immediately rushed forward. However, before they could even unleash their techniques, several white lights blossomed in the sky, like small suns slowly rising into the sky. Oh no, everyone retreat. Luli was the first to realize the murderous intent hidden in the white light. Without thinking, she withdrew her move and retreated. The others also reacted, but it was obviously too late. Just as they were about to retreat, the white light struck like lightning and instantly exploded in the air. Rumble! The explosion was earth-shattering. A few heart-wrenching screams came from the explosion. The remaining people were the elders and representatives of the various superpowers. Their cultivations were all above the Buddha's light fourth change. No matter how powerful the 100-mile light sniper was, it could not kill them instantly. However, those who survived would rather be killed. Their appearance was very similar to Bai Lin's. In an instant, they were blasted into a bloody mess. Thick smoke billowed from their bodies, and their skin was charred. So, it's the weapon in this guy's hand. What the hell is that? Even a genuine weapon does not have such powerful destructive power. Could it be an immortal weapon? Luli had already retreated 1,000 meters away and barely escaped with his life. He looked at the 100-mile light sniper in Qin Feng's hand and muttered to himself, his expression filled with shock. The ground outside the inner courtyard was riddled with holes, filled with cracks caused by the power of the light sniper. There were some people lying on the ground, and all of them were Buddha light stage powerhouses. If the cultivators of the North Sand Continent were to see this scene, their eyes would definitely pop out from shock. None of them were dead. They were crawling on the ground, struggling at death's door. Qin Feng casually sent out a few fire blades, and each palm killed a Buddha's light realm expert. However, when he sent out his fourth palm strike, he missed. Bai Hua used his last breath to summon his flying sword, wanting to escape. Just as he rushed into the air, he was burned to ashes by several balls of fire. The loud noises in Fire City had not yet subsided. A few hours ago, the city was still fine, but now it was as if a war had broken out. Qin Feng scanned the ground and frowned. He found that Lu Li of the Treasure Pill Pavilion had escaped. Just as he was about to give chase, a voice came from behind. Young Hero Qin, I finally found you. What's going on here? Is young Hero Qin all right? Qin Feng did not expect that someone would come to Fire City to find him. Recognizing that it was Broken Flower City Lord Yang Batian, Qin Feng was even more surprised. Why did this old guy suddenly come looking for him? Could it be that he was also with the Red Flower Hall? Senior Yang, why are you here? Qin Feng placed his finger on the trigger of the 100-mile light sniper. Yang Batian was a spirit-detecting realm expert, so Qin Feng could not afford to be careless. I came from the Pill City Square Tower. I thought that young Hero Qin was still in Pill City, but who would have thought that brother Su Xuanfei would say that you came to Fire City? So I came all the way here. Qin Feng secretly heaved a sigh of relief. It seemed that Yang Batian was not with Lu Li. Moreover, if the Red Flower Hall really called Yang Batian over, he would have made a move long ago. Why would he wait until now? May I know why Senior Yang is so anxious to find this junior? Qin Feng was anxious to chase after Lu Li, but facing a spirit-detecting realm expert, he could not be negligent. Who knew what this young Batian was thinking? Chapter 17-18. Young Hero Qin, I came to thank you for giving me the Spirit Surge pill last time. Young Batian expressed his intention. Qin Fen relaxed. On the day of the pill store conference, many powerful cultivators stopped him and the disciples of the Square Tower. Qin Fen gave everyone the Spirit Surge pill, but he didn't expect Yang Batian to personally come to express his gratitude. Qin Fen said, Senior Yang is too polite. It's just a few Spirit Surge pills. Senior doesn't need to take it to heart. Yang Boshin's eyes flashed with surprise. The Spirit Surge pill was one of the rare pills on the Divine Continent, but in Qin Fen's eyes, it was not worth mentioning. If someone else said this, Yang Batian would think they were bragging, but Qin Fen was the refiner of the Spirit Surge pill. If he said this, he obviously had a lot of good pills hidden. Young Hero Qin is indeed a heroic person. Today, I want to become sworn brothers with you. What do you think? Yang Batian came to build a closer relationship with Qin Fen. Having a Pill King brother would be a great help to Yang Batian and his Broken Flower City. Qin Fen didn't expect Yang Batian to come to become sworn brothers, but he quickly agreed. Rumor had it that Senior Yang was a powerful cultivator at the early stage of the spirit detecting realm. With such a big brother supporting him, a lot of trouble would be solved. Is what Senior Yang said true? I'm the lord of a city, so of course I'm serious. Very well, today I, Qin Fen, will become sworn brothers with Brother Yang. I don't want to live together, but I want to die together. Qin Fen used a Chinese wuxia novel. I, Yang Batian, will become sworn brothers with Brother Qin Fen in Fire City. In the future, we will share joys and sorrows. If I betray or deceive you, I'm willing to be struck by lightning. Yang Batian swore on the spot. Qin Fen didn't know if this was what cultivators on the Divine Continent would say when they became sworn brothers. After all, the two of them hadn't known each other for long, so Qin Fen couldn't completely believe a few words from Yang Batian. Brother Qin Fen, what happened here? After the oath, Yang Batian asked about the serious matter. From his expression and attitude, he seemed to be much closer than before. Qin Fen didn't hide anything and told Yang Batian about the conspiracy of the Red Flower Hall. Yang Batian was furious and shocked. According to what Qin Fen said, the other party had gathered a total of 7 great powers, and they had been laying in ambush here for 3 days. Unexpectedly, they were killed by Qin Fen in the end. This was too absurd. How dare they frame Brother Qin Fen? I will not forgive those factions, Yang Batian declared on the spot, and his expression did not seem to be fake. However, Qin Fen wouldn't completely believe his words. This was a good opportunity to test Yang Boshin's sincerity. Old Brother Yang, even though I defeated everyone, I still let Lu Li of the Treasure Pill Pavilion escape. Now that I'm seriously injured, I'm afraid I won't be able to catch up to that person. Yang Boshin's figure had already disappeared, and his voice came from afar. Little Brother Qin Fen, please wait for a moment. I saw Lu Li on my way here, but I didn't think that she was here to frame you. Wait until I catch that dog thief and let little brother deal with him. Qin Fen looked at the empty sky and was shocked. This young Batian was serious. He even dared to capture the head elder of the Treasure Pill Tower. At this moment, Qin Fen's heart was filled with warmth. If Yang Batian really wanted to become sworn brothers with him, Qin Fen wouldn't mistreat him in the future. Shortly after, Yang Batian brought Lu Li back like he was carrying a little chick. Lu Li's face was swollen and his clothes were in tatters. It was clear that he had been beaten by Yang Batian. Yang Boshin's clothes were neat and tidy. This was the difference between the spirit detecting realm and the Buddha light realm. Yang, I have no grievance with you. So why did you help Qin Fen capture me? If you don't let me go, the Treasure Pill Tower won't let you go. Lu Li cursed and swore along the way, but Yang Batian acted as if he didn't hear her. He threw Lu Li to Qin Feng's feet. Brother Qin, I've caught him. You can do whatever you want with him. Yang Batian smiled. A look of gratitude appeared on Qin Feng's face. Then he looked coldly at Lu Li, who was at his feet. This old fellow was really scheming. She was clearly the great elder of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, but she had concealed her identity in the four-way tower for 5 years. He could not let such a person go. Old thief Lu Li, what secret plan does your Treasure Pill Tower have recently? Qin Feng asked sternly. Lu Li spat on the ground and said, "Hey, who do you think I am? Don't think you can get anything from me. Kill me if you want, but in the future, the Treasure Pill Tower will definitely avenge me." Qin Feng didn't expect Lu Li to be so stubborn. He waved his hand, and 2 balls of blue flames appeared in his palm. "Seeing that you still have some backbone, I'll let you die a quick death." Before he could slap the spirit sunflower, Lu Li's pants were wet. He knelt before Qin Feng and began to kowtow. "Young hero Qin, don't kill me. I'll tell you everything." Qin Feng and Yang Batian immediately rolled their eyes. So it turned out that Lu Li's righteous appearance was just an act. The 2 balls of spirit sunflower floated above Lu Li's head as if they had a mind of their own, causing Lu Li to tremble in fear. "Tell me, what big move has the Treasure Pill Tower made recently?" Qin Feng asked. Lu Li didn't hide anything anymore and told him everything she knew. The Treasure Pill Tower's sect master saw that the Bright Moon Tower Lord had failed to break through and has mobilized many experts in the Pill Tower to deal a heavy blow to the Square Tower. Qin Feng's expression was solemn. This was what he was worried about. After all, the Treasure Pill Tower and the Square Tower were 2 of the top 4 pill towers in the Northern Sand Continent. This time, the Square Tower Lord had suffered internal injuries from his breakthrough. This was a rare opportunity. Only the Treasure Pill Tower is going to make a move? Qin Feng's tone instantly turned cold. Lu Li said with a trembling voice, "The Spirit Pill Association and Immortal Grass Gate might also join in. After all, the pill formula of the Spirit Charge Pill is too tempting. If the Square Tower takes it for themselves, then the number 1 pill tower in the Northern Sand Continent will forever belong to the Square Tower." Qin Feng didn't doubt Lu Li's words. In the face of profit, everything else was meaningless. Although the Spirit Pill Association and Immortal Grass Gate had visited the Square Tower several times after the Pill Tower Conference, acting as if they were obedient little brothers, no one knew what they were thinking. Rumble. The flames roared, and the 2 balls of spirit sunflower swallowed Lu Li in an instant. She didn't even have time to scream before she turned into ashes. This scene made Yang Batian shiver. Only now did he realize that Qin Feng's fire seed was not ordinary. However, he wasn't a pill master, so he knew very little about the Divine Continent's heavenly flames. "Brother Qin Feng, what should we do next?" Yang Boshan's brows were raised. It seemed like he had no intention of backing out. Qin Feng's heart warmed. He didn't recognize this elder brother in vain. After pondering for a while, Qin Feng's eyes lit up. "Elder brother Yang, I have a plan. I'll have to trouble you again." Chapter 17-19. Hey, there's no trouble between us brothers. If Brother Qin continues to be so courteous, then I'm going to get angry. Yang Batian waved his hand in an extremely heroic manner. Qin Feng was elated. Yang Boshan's personality was similar to Wen Yiming and the others. He was a good friend. "Since it's like this, I won't be polite with you in the future. I plan to..." Qin Feng told him his plan in detail. Yang Batian looked worried. "Brother Qin, what you want me to do isn't hard. I can promise I'll do it well. But your matter is a bit difficult. That Treasure Pill Tower is one of the 4 big pill shops in the Northern Sand region. Rumor has it that their sect leader is at the late stage of the spirit detecting realm. How will you scare them? Even I can't do it." Qin Feng smiled. "You don't have to worry about this. Just do your own thing. I promise I won't hold you back." Seeing Qin Feng's confidence, Yang Batian was a bit worried, but he didn't say anything else. The 2 of them had different missions, so they split up in Fire City. After 2 days and 2 nights, Qin Feng arrived at Pear Continent alone. Pear Continent was even bigger than Pill City. There were many sects and powerful cultivators. However, this had nothing to do with Qin Feng. He was here to deal with the Red Flower Hall. Not long ago, Qin Feng had killed 2 elders of the Red Flower Hall. Although the two remaining elders, by Shan and by Feng, had higher cultivation, they were still at the Buddhist light realm. Qin Feng wasn't afraid of them, but it was rumored that the Red Flower Hall had a spirit-detecting realm cultivator. This was what Qin Feng was worried about. After arriving at Pear Continent, Qin Feng wasn't in a hurry to find trouble with the Red Flower Hall. According to the plan he discussed with Yang Batian, he had to wait a few more days. These days, Qin Feng stayed in Yuanzhong Tower. He didn't know much about Pear Continent. He just saw that it was a decent restaurant, so he stayed there. However, Yuanzhong Tower was equivalent to a five-star hotel in China. It wasn't something normal cultivators could afford. Qin Feng didn't lack spirit stones. The Spirit Surge pills sold by the China Chamber of Commerce earned tens of millions of high-quality spirit stones. After staying for a few days, Qin Feng found that he was the youngest in the entire restaurant. The other guests were all above 40. After all, how could young cultivators be as rich as him? Senior brother, I heard that the Pear Continent auction is starting today. Should we go take a look? The Pear Continent is a big continent in the North Sands continent. Every year, there would be many treasures appearing in the auction. Although we don't have the money to bid, it would be good to broaden our horizons. Manager, where will the Lizho auction be held? As soon as Qin Feng went downstairs, he saw a large group of cultivators chatting while eating breakfast. Almost all of them were talking about the auction. No wonder there were so many people coming and going on the streets of Pear Continent. The guest rooms of this Yuanzhong building were also full. Qin Feng calculated the time and realized that Yang Batian and the others probably hadn't reached Pear Island yet. Since he had nothing to do, he ate breakfast and followed the crowd to the auction venue. The auction was held at the Pear Island Central Plaza. It was an open-air venue. Qin Feng had participated in several auctions since he came to the Divine Continent, but it was his first time seeing an open-air auction. However, he quickly understood that there were too many cultivators who came to participate in the auction. He was afraid that he wouldn't be able to find a sealed venue. After the crowd arrived, they stood in the open space of the plaza and waited for the auction to start. There were more than 10 rows of seats in the venue, but not everyone could sit there. It seemed that they had to be checked by the guards before they could enter. Qin Feng was now famous in the North Sands continent. To avoid trouble, he had changed his appearance to Qiao Feng before he came. In less than one incense stick's worth of time, the originally empty area was filled with people. Looking around, there was a dense crowd of people. There were at least tens of thousands of cultivators. Friends who have come from afar, please be quiet. A beautiful figure landed on the stage in the center of the venue. Although she didn't use a microphone, the effect of using her inner chi to transmit her voice was better than using a microphone. It seemed that this woman was the host of today's auction. After the crowd quieted down, she continued, "Today is the annual auction of the Pear Continent. Let me first introduce a few guests. The first seat on my right is the great elder of the Pear Continent immortal sect, the Crane Rider." The crowd looked over and saw an old man with white hair and a youthful face riding a red-crowned crane. He looked like he was going to fly with the wind at any moment. This was how he got the nickname of the Crane Rider. Qin Feng glanced over but didn't pay much attention to him. This old man's aura was similar to Lu Li's, so he should be at the Buddha Light 9 changes. The beautiful host continued to introduce. The next one is the family head of the Pear Continents The one in the middle is the family head of the Pear Continent's High Family, Hai Yuan Ba. There were a total of 5 people on the VIP seats. The beautiful host introduced them one by one. Apart from the elder who was riding the crane, the other 4 were all at the spirit detecting realm. Qin Feng couldn't see through their auras. However, Qin Feng didn't mind. These guests were here to hold the fort. If you didn't cause trouble, they naturally wouldn't cause trouble for you. Qin Feng didn't see anyone from the Red Flower Hall on the VIP seats. It seemed like the Red Flower Hall wasn't the most powerful force in Pear Continent. However, there were a few disciples wearing the Red Flower Hall's uniform, but they were all unfamiliar faces. Qin Feng wasn't afraid of them recognizing his appearance as Qiao Feng. After introducing the guests, the beautiful host said a few more things to pay attention to, and today's auction officially began. It was inevitable that the crowd couldn't suppress their excitement and screamed and cheered. At this moment, a row of beautiful women carrying 6 trays walked onto the stage. Below them were 6 jade bottles. Fellow cultivators, the opening item of today's auction will not disappoint everyone. These are 6 different bottles of golden pills that will be sold as a package. They include the Golden Sage Pill, Golden Jade Pill, Golden Soul Pill, Golden Soul Pill, Golden Spirit Pill, Golden Origin Pill, and Cloud Pill. The starting price is 1 million high-grade spirit stones, and each increment must be no less than 50,000 spirit stones. Crash! As soon as the host's voice fell, the cultivators below the stage burst into an uproar. These 6 bottles of golden pills were simply an essential gift for a Saint King Realm cultivator to break through. They could help a first Saint King Realm cultivator break through to the peak of the 9th realm. Coupled with the effect of the Cloud Pill, the chances of breaking through would be greatly increased. As expected of a large-scale auction held in Pear Continent, it can actually gather all 5 kinds of golden pills required for a Saint King Realm cultivator. If I can get my hands on these pills, my breakthrough speed will increase tenfold. AI, it's a pity that the starting price is a bit expensive. How can an ordinary rogue cultivator have so many spirit stones to bid? It seems that these 6 bottles of golden pills will fall into the hands of a large sect or family. Chapter 17:20. While the crowd was in an uproar, Qin Feng had a calm expression. He was currently refining imperial-grade pills, so he was not too interested in golden pills. There was no advertisement. Soon, someone shouted a bid. 1.05 million high-grade spirit stones. 1 million spirit stones. Fellow cultivators, I am a disciple of the Pear Continent's Gu family. I have just stepped into the Saint King stage and urgently need this batch of golden pills to break through. I hope that fellow cultivators will give face to the Gu family and give this batch of pills to me. 5 million. The Gu family was one of the 5-star families in the Pear Continent. Guingjia directly raised the price to 5 million. Many cultivators who wanted golden pills had no choice but to withdraw silently. The previously heated scene became much quieter. However, there were still people bidding. After all, the Gu family was not the only 5-star family in the Pear Continent. So what if the Gu family is great? Today's auction is fair and open. All treasures will go to the highest bidder. Everything else is useless. 6 million. 8 million. A few cultivators from the big families and sects were still fighting. If they bought the 6 bottles of golden pills individually, they would be able to get 2 million. Now that they were put together, the price would increase a little. However, the final price of 2 million was obviously too high. A young elder from the Pear Continent's 100 Intentions sect won this auction. However, he did not look too happy. He probably realized that he was too impulsive after calming down. The auction continued. There was a wide variety of items, from pills and spiritual weapons to cultivation techniques, medicinal ingredients, and refining materials. Even spiritual beasts were auctioned. However, Qin Feng was not interested in these things. He came to the auction mainly to see if there were any refining materials. It would be great if there were black gravel steel and starwind sand needed to refine imprisonment. It would be even better if he could find a white spirit feather or a white spirit pill. However, Qin Feng knew that was impossible. The white spirit pill and the white spirit bird were legendary existences. How could they appear in this kind of auction? Just as Qin Feng was about to leave in disappointment, the host on the stage suddenly said, "Fellow Taoists, today's auction is already halfway through. There aren't many treasures left. Those who have yet to win a bid should seize this opportunity. The next treasure is amazing. It is a level 5 imprisonment array disc. The starting price is 500,000 high-grade spirit stones." As soon as he finished speaking, the crowd was stunned for a moment. Everyone knew that an array disc was an extremely good thing, but everyone was also very clear that this thing could only be used in the hands of an array master. If it was given to an ordinary cultivator, it would just be a pile of waste. Amazing. It's actually a rank 5 trap formation. If this formation is perfect, it can even trap early-stage spirit-detecting realm cultivators. Hee hee. We are all ordinary cultivators, so don't think too much about it. Not to mention a grade 5 array disk. Even if you gave us a grade 1 array disk, you wouldn't be able to activate it. I wonder if there are any array masters here. That group of people really struck it rich. The crowd began to discuss, but no one called out a price. Qin Feng stood rooted to the ground. He didn't call out a bid because he was shocked. He didn't expect the Pear Continent auction house to have a level 5 formation played up for auction. 600,000. After coming back to his senses, Qin Feng was the first to bid. However, there was no sound of other cultivators bidding for a long time. It seemed that there were no array masters in this auction house. One must know that there were trillions of cultivators in the North Sand region, and there were very few who could become an array master. There is a fellow cultivator bidding 600,000. Are there any other fellow cultivators bidding? The beautiful host on the stage asked several times. Although she didn't have high hopes for this level 5 array disc, 600,000 for a level 5 array disc was too low. 650,000. Seeing that the host was about to hit the gavel, another voice came from the crowd. 700,000. Qin Feng didn't even think about it. This was a level 5 trap formation plate. Forget 700,000. Even if it was 7 million, Qin Feng would still get it. The cultivator who had just bid suddenly became silent. He was standing not far from Qin Feng, and Qin Feng felt a killing intent coming at him. He turned his head and found it funny. Qin Feng knew the man who had bid against him. It was Wang Xiaochun, who he had met when he went to the Red Flower Hall to take the Golden Core Master exam. At that time, this old man had made a bet with Qin Feng and lost his storage ring. Since then, Qin Feng hadn't seen him again. After seeing Wang Xiaochun, Qin Feng remembered that this old man had claimed to be a disciple of the Pear Continent's 4-star clan, the Wang family. In that case, it was reasonable for him to appear at the Pear Continent auction. So it's you brat. This old man has been looking for you recently. I didn't expect you to come to Pear Continent to die. I advise you to be sensible and not fight with me. Otherwise, you'll have to bear the consequences. Unknowingly, Wang Xiaochun had walked behind Qin Feng and recognized him. There was a young disciple beside him. Qin Feng also knew this person. It was Wang He, who had gone to the Red Flower Hall with Wang Xiaochun. Yo, so it's you old fart. Why are you looking for me? Are you in a hurry to die? Qin Feng didn't give Wang Xiaochun any face. He remembered that when he went to the Red Flower Hall for the exam, Qin Feng was only a Saint King intermediate stage. At that time, he wasn't a match for Wang Xiaochun. After not seeing him for a few months, Wang Xiaochun had broken through from the peak of the 9th level Saint King to the one-change Buddha aura. However, Qin Feng's transformation was even more drastic. It was just that he had been hiding his aura, and Wang Xiaochun couldn't see it at all. Wang He also recognized Qin Feng. That day, he had gone to the exam with Elder Wang Xiaochun. In the end, Qin Feng had asked Sister Hong to set up a stall and scammed Wang He. In the end, they didn't even get in the queue. Now that he saw Qin Feng again, he wanted to slap this guy to death. Brat, do you know who you're talking to? Elder Wang has already stepped into the one-change Buddha aura. He can slap an ant like you to death with one palm. Qin Feng laughed coldly and said, Is that so? Then get him to take a picture for me to see. Wang He was furious and prepared to make a move himself. However, he was stopped by a look from Wang Xiaochun. Don't be rash. This brat is digging a trap for us. This is the elixir gathering. If we fight, we'll be in big trouble. Wang He suddenly came to his senses and glared at Qin Feng fiercely. I'm warning you for the last time. Withdraw from the auction immediately. Otherwise, even if you obtain that level 5 formation plate, don't think about leaving Pear Continent with it. This was an undisguised threat. However, looking at Qin Feng's expression, he didn't seem afraid at all. Your cultivation isn't high, but you talk big. I want to see if you can keep me here today. 2 million. Qin Feng was a little angry. He directly raised the price to a sky-high price. Wang He and Wang Xiaochun's expressions turned cold. However, they didn't raise the price in the end. Humph. You fool. Spending 2 million to buy a level 5 formation plate? You're not an array master. It's just a pile of trash. Wang He said sarcastically after losing the auction. Qin Feng smiled and said, "You're right. I'm indeed not an array master. I just don't like you guys, so I threw 2 million to slap your faces. Anyway, I don't lack money. Are you not convinced? If you have the ability, then raise the price." Chapter 17:21. Wang He and Wang Xiaochen were so angry that they almost vomited blood. They realized that they could not beat Qin Feng's mouth. Mobile phones saved the most data and had no advertisements. In fact, the two of them were not formation masters, but seeing that the price of the level 5 formation plate was not very high, they thought of buying it first. If they could find a formation master to sell at a high price, it would be a good deal. However, the idea was woken up by Qin Feng's slap. You. Wang Yi was so angry that he could not even finish a sentence. What about you? Have you never seen 2 million spirit stones and become mute? Qin Feng curled his lips and said. Wang He clenched his fists and looked like he was going to fight at any time. Hee. What a joke. Our Paracontinent's Wang clan is a 4-star clan. 2 million is nothing. So your Wang family is just a 4-star family. You dare to call yourself a big family? Since you don't care about 2 million, why don't you increase the price? How about this? If you dare to increase the price, I will quit immediately. Qin Feng could see that Wang He was poor. For a Sage King intermediate stage cultivator like him, he was considered rich if he had 1 million spirit stones. As for Wang Xiaochun, it was possible for him to take out 2 million, but this old man had just lost his storage ring to Qin Feng a few months ago. Qin Feng did not believe that he could take out 2 million spirit stones now. The two of them were filled with anger, but they could not vent it. They did not dare to fight, and they did not have as much money as Qin Feng. This was the saddest moment of their lives. No money, right? Are you pretending in front of me if you have no money? Are you crazy? Qin Feng added another stab. The two of them had cataracts popped out. In Qin Feng's eyes, 2 million for a level 5 formation plate was definitely a big deal, but in the eyes of ordinary cultivators, it was already a sky-high price. The level 5 trap formation plate was finally owned by Qin Feng. The beautiful host on the stage was very satisfied with this price, and she gave Qin Feng a few flirtatious looks. After receiving the formation plate, Qin Feng couldn't contain his excitement and immediately began to study it. He was studying Qinquan formation and could only set up some basic level 4 formations. He did not need to think about level 5 formation plates. After some research, Qin Feng understood quite a few formation setting techniques. He felt that spending the $2 million was not a waste. After thoroughly studying this level 5 trap formation, Qin Feng believed that he could also set up a level 5 trap formation. By the time he came back to his senses, the auction was already nearing its end. There were quite a few treasures in the bottom of the box. There were a few king elixirs, a few earth-grade cultivation techniques, and martial skills, and even a true weapon. However, those items still couldn't enter Qin Feng's eyes. That true weapon was a defensive armor, and from the looks of it, it couldn't compare to the Water Spirit True Armor. Although the Water Spirit True Armor was damaged in the battle not long ago, as long as it wasn't completely broken, it could be put into the 10,000 treasure pavilion to be repaired. Next, there was a spirit charging pill. Although there was only one, it caused the entire crowd to go wild. Currently, the most famous elixirs in the northern sand continent were not the various top-grade king elixirs, but the spirit charging pill, which was only a level 6 golden elixir. Its appearance shocked the entire northern sand continent. Although the four-way tower was busy refining and selling it, how could it satisfy the needs of the billions of northern sand continent cultivators? The starting price was very high, directly raising it to the height of 500,000 superior-grade spirit stones. One had to know that a bottle of a normal level 6 golden elixir only cost about 200,000, and there was only one spirit charging pill. However, this was just the beginning. After the price was announced, it instantly rose to 1 million. I really didn't expect the spirit charging pill to appear. The people from the Paracontinent auction house have such strong connections. I heard that in the entire northern sand continent, only the four-way tower is selling this pill at 50,000 per pill. Here, It's already sold for 1 million. There's simply no comparison. How many spirit charging pills can the four-way tower produce in a day? Do you want to queue up there to buy one? Hee hee. You'll probably have to queue until your grandson comes out. I heard that other than the four-way tower, there's also a power called the Huaxia Commerce Organization that is selling spirit charging pills. I wonder if that's true. This is yet another battle of wealth between the cultivators of the big clans and sections. It's really satisfying to watch. Even though everyone wanted to get their hands on the spirit charging pill, 99% of the cultivators had already withdrawn from the auction when the price was raised by a few $100,000. In the end, a spirit charging pill was sold for a sky-high price of 2 million. Even Qin Feng was shocked by this price. However, he soon regained his spirits. Now that the spirit charging pill was so popular, it wouldn't be long before the Huaxia Commerce Organization that he established would become famous in the northern Sand Continent. Everyone thought that the auction would end after the spirit charging pill. Unexpectedly, the beautiful host spoke again. Fellow Taoists, don't be in a hurry to leave. Today's auction hasn't ended yet. The next item is a little special. I believe that none of you have seen it in the past auctions. However, I can guarantee that its value is definitely not lower than a spirit charging pill. The cultivators who were about to disperse gathered together again. Everyone's interest was piqued as they stared unblinkingly at the cloth on the stage. I won't keep you in suspense. The last item for the Pear Continent's 18th auction is a map to the Violet Cloud Valley. Voila! Following the beautiful host's words, the cloth was pulled open by her. An extremely ancient-looking cowhide scroll was placed inside. The crowd was dumbfounded. Instantly, there was a wave of chatter. Violet Cloud Valley? The legendary Violet Cloud Valley, one of the northern Sand Continent's 8 great sage territories? Nonsense! In the northern Sand Continent, other than that Violet Cloud Valley, where else could there be? Rumor has it that there are countless treasures in the 8 great sage territories. Any cultivator who is lucky enough to enter would at least reach the spirit-detecting realm in the future. This map is incredible. I wonder if it's real or fake. The Pear Continent's Violet Cloud Valley map, one of the northern Sand Continent's 8 great sage territories, had been auctioned off. This news was as shocking as the spirit charging pill. Even the 5 guests on the stage couldn't sit still. According to the rules of the auction, guests were not allowed to participate in the auction. Looking at the expressions of Hai Yuanba and the others, they seemed to be regretting coming to be guests. Fellow cultivators, please calm down. I will first explain the situation. This map of the Violet Cloud Valley was found in an ancient martial ruin. The words Violet Cloud Valley are marked on the map. As for whether it's real or fake, it's up to everyone to decide. The Pear Continent Auction House will not take any responsibility. The beautiful host's words caused the noisy crowd to quieten down. However, there were still some cultivators who were itching to make a move. That was the map of the Violet Cloud Valley. Regardless of whether it was real or fake, they would get it first. The starting price of this map of the Violet Cloud Valley is 1 million. Each increment must not be lower than 100,000. Just as she finished, more than 10 voices came from below the stage. 1,100,000, 1,200,000, 1,500,000, 2 million. This was the first time Qin Feng had heard of the northern Sand Continent's 8 great sage territories. He was interested in the Violet Cloud Valley. Originally, he planned to participate in the auction. However, after hearing the increasing bids, he decided to wait and see. Chapter 1722. Fellow Taoists, I'm an independent cultivator, enlightened Master Ludi. Now that I've stepped into the Buddhist Light 7 changes, I'm very interested in this map of Violet Cloud Valley, and I'll obtain it at all costs. I hope that fellow Taoists can take a step back. Seeing that the Violet Cloud Valley's map had already been sold for 3 million spirit stones, a powerful roar came from the crowd. It seemed that this person called Ludi wanted to use his strength to scare away some competitors. This method was very effective. A large number of cultivators suddenly fell silent. However, there were still quite a number of them who were shouting out their bids. Clearly, a rogue cultivator at the 7 transformations of Buddha light was nothing in the pear continent. Heh, a mere wandering cultivator of the 7 transformations Buddha radiance actually dared to spout such arrogant words. Did he really think that he was someone important? Our 5-star sect, the 100 Intentions sect, is interested in this map. I advise you to stand aside if you know what's good for you. The man who had taken a picture of the 6 bottles of golden pills at the beginning of the convention began to shout. The reputation of the 100 Intentions sect was clearly much greater than that of the loose cultivator Ludi. Another large group of people quieted down, and even Ludi fell silent. How arrogant of the Bai sect. You just said that the auction will be fair and open, and now you want to use your power to suppress us? Our Pear Continent's Gu clan is not afraid of you. The man who jumped out was Gu Yingjie from the Gu family. He had wanted to bid for the 6 bottles of golden elixirs, but they were snatched away by the Bai sect. It was obvious that he was going against the Bai sect. A few more sects and clans jumped out one after another to fight for it. Almost all of them were famous forces in the Pear Continent. However, these people only cursed at each other, and no one increased the bid. It seemed like the price of 3 million was already too high for them. After all, they still didn't know if that map of Violet Cloud Valley was real or fake. 5 million upper spiritual stones. However, at this moment, a loud shout rang out, instantly silencing the noisy venue. More than 10,000 pairs of eyes turned towards the direction of the voice. There stood 5 men wearing the same uniform. It turned out they were Red Flower Hall's people. Bai Shan, you old fart. You're clearly going against our 100 will sect, aren't you? Humph. A trifling Red Flower Hall also dares to cause trouble. I think they don't want to continue mingling in Pear Continent. A map that we don't even know is real or fake is asking for 5 million. The people of Red Flower Hall must have water in their brains. The person who shouted just now was Bai Shan. He wasn't originally at the venue, but hurried over after receiving a disciple's flying sword message saying that a map of Violet Cloud Valley had appeared in the auction. The Red Flower Hall might not be as powerful as the other 5-star sects and clans in Pear Continent, but their funds were definitely the most abundant. For this kind of auction, they would never fail. Fellow Taoists must have misunderstood me. Our Red Flower Hall absolutely has no intention of provoking everyone. Moreover, today's auction is originally for the highest bidder, and the Red Flower Hall is very interested in Violet Cloud Valley's map. Me coming here to bid is not violating the rules of the auction, right? Bai Shan spoke clearly and logically. She even glanced at the 5 guests when she was done. The 5 of them felt depressed. They also wanted to bid for the map of Violet Cloud Valley, but the auction house had stipulated that guests were not allowed to bid. Not only were they not allowed to bid, but they also had to speak up for Bai Shan. Red Flower Halls, Bai Shan is right. Every year in the Pear Continent auction, everyone is equal, and the highest bidder wins. From now on, you're only allowed to raise your bid. You're not allowed to say anything else. Otherwise, you'll be disqualified from this auction. The guests pretended to be serious and expressed their attitudes. The rules of the auction had been in place for more than a decade, and they could not be easily violated. Otherwise, who would come to participate in the Pear Continent auction in the future? For a moment, the venue was silent. Bai Shan's bid of 5 million spirit stones was already a sky-high price. This was not to say that the map of Violet Cloud Valley was only worth this price, but because they couldn't confirm the authenticity of the map, it was likely they would spend 5 million to buy a piece of scrap paper. If the Pear Continent auction house dared to guarantee that the map was authentic, then forget 5 million. Even if it was 500 million high-quality spirit stones, there would still be a large number of forces competing. Are there no other cultivators who want to increase the price? This is a map of Violet Cloud Valley. The auction house was very satisfied with the price of 5 million, but the beautiful MC didn't forget to tempt everyone, trying to get a higher price. The audience was silent for a long time. Although some people still wanted to compete, they knew the financial strength of the Red Flower Hall, so they couldn't compete. Also, increasing the price meant offending the Red Flower Hall. It was rumored that this force had a spirit-detecting realm expert. Even the five-star sects and families of the Pear Continent didn't want to easily provoke them. It seems that there are no other cultivators who want to increase the price. Then, congratulations. Before the beautiful MC finished speaking, a calm voice suddenly rang out. 6 million. Everyone was shocked and looked over. The beautiful MC's small mouth was wide open with an expression of disbelief. The one who bid was unexpectedly a young boy who looked no more than 30 years old. No one recognized him, so everyone guessed that he was most likely an unknown rogue cultivator. This caused the crowd to explode. An unknown young rogue cultivator dared to oppose the Red Flower Hall? Wasn't he courting death? Besides, with this boy's identity, could he take out 6 million high-quality spirit stones? It's you? You're still alive? Bai Shan recognized Qin Feng at a glance. When Qin Feng went to the Red Flower Hall to take the Gold Core Master exam, he used Xiao Feng's appearance. Bai Shan revealed an expression as if she had seen a ghost. Logically speaking, Qin Feng shouldn't have gone to Fire City and should have been killed by the various forces gathered by the Red Flower Hall. How could he appear at the Pear Continent auction house? Old fart, are you surprised to see me? You guessed right. Your two junior brothers are already dead. The reason why Qin Feng suddenly bid was because he saw that Bai Shan was deliberately angering him. This time, Qin Feng came to Pear Continent to destroy the Red Flower Hall, so he was not afraid of his identity being exposed. Bai Shan's old face immediately turned gloomy, and a dense killing intent burst out from his body, scaring the cultivators around him into retreating. Good boy, your lowly life is really tough. This old man wants to see if you can live past today. Bai Shan suddenly slapped out a palm, and a gust of wind blew through most of the auction house. The lower realm cultivators were directly sent flying high into the sky, and even the early-stage Buddha Light realm cultivators were pressured to the point that they couldn't breathe. Qin Feng's expression instantly became serious. He realized that he was still a bit impulsive. This Bai Shan's realm was much higher than Bai Lin and Bai Hua's. Under the power of this palm, Qin Feng didn't even have a chance to dodge. Moreover, he couldn't use the 100-mile ray sniper here. That kind of powerful attack power would definitely shock the audience. At that time, the 100-mile ray sniper would be coveted by a powerful expert, and his little life would be at the end. Audacious Bai Shan, you dare to disturb the order of the auction house. Stand down. Chapter 1723. A strong aura quickly filled the entire venue. Although the aura was strong, it was gentle like a thin stream. Bai Shan immediately withdrew his aura. He was scared out of his wits. In front of a spirit-detecting realm expert, he felt like an ant. If it wasn't for Hai Yuanba showing mercy, he would have already died. Thank you for Senior Hai's forgiveness. This junior was reckless. Bai Shan immediately cupped his hands and apologized. Thinking of his previous actions, he felt a burst of fear. This was the Pear Continent auction. How could he fight? If it wasn't for you being one of the bidders, you would already be a corpse. Either bid obediently, or get the hell out of here. Hai Yuanba reprimanded and returned to the guests' seats in the blink of an eye. His body emitted a dignified aura that shocked the cultivators in the venue into silence. Bai Shan was so angry that he secretly gritted his teeth. He, the Grand Red Flower Hall's great elder, had lost all face today. Bai Shan glared fiercely at Qin Feng. She placed all of the humiliation on Qin Feng's head. Brat, let's see how long you can last competing with our Red Flower Hall's wealth. Bai Shan spoke ruthlessly and shouted, 5 million. Qin Feng didn't even blink and calmly raised the price. 7, 5 million, 8 million, 9 million, 5 million. In less than a minute, the price of Violet Cloud Valley's map soared from 6 million to almost 10 million spirit stones. This battle left the cultivators dumbstruck. Facing this price, Qin Feng didn't back down. He even laughed at Bai Shan. Haha, old fart, you're still the Red Flower Hall's great elder. How can you raise it by 500,000? You're too embarrassing. Bai Shan was so angry that he almost attacked again. You ignorant ant, pay attention to your words. I advise you to stop now, or else Red Flower Hall won't forgive you. Qin Feng curled his lips and had an indifferent attitude. You speak as if you'll forgive me if I withdraw now. You? What you? I clearly want to cheat you. What can you do? 12 million. When it came to bickering, Qin had never met a worthy opponent ever since he came to the Divine Continent. It didn't matter if the opponent was at the Immortal Chi stage or the Buddha Light stage. He could make the opponent vomit blood in a matter of minutes. Bai Shan was so angry that her body was trembling. This feeling was extremely sullen. She clearly knew that the other party was deliberately setting a trap for her, but she had no choice but to jump into it. What a reckless little grandson. Grandpa will play with you until the end. Bai Shan was completely infuriated. He roared, 15 million upper-grade spirit stones. Voila! The crowd was in an uproar, and their voices were like waves in the sea. A map whose authenticity could not be determined was auctioned for 15 million high-grade spirit stones. Were these two fellows out of their minds? Red Flower Hall is indeed rich. A great elder can casually take out 15 million. Do you think that young man will increase the price? I bet he won't dare to raise it. The odds are 1-5. Hurry up and place your bets. After calling out the price, Bai Shan arrogantly glared at Qin. However, the smile on her face suddenly froze. She heard Qin shout, 20 million. The waves of screams surged again. Bai Shan's vision darkened, and she almost fainted from anger. Why, you brat? You have 20 million high-grade spirit stones? Are you purposely bickering with me? Huh? You're finished. If I don't raise the price, let's see how you pay the 20 million spirit stones. If you can't pay it, according to the auction house's rules, I will get the map. Bai Shan looked as if she had suddenly woken up, and a playful smile reappeared on her face. However, Qin looked at her as if she was an idiot and said, your imagination is really big. Isn't it just 20 million spirit stones? Do you think it's a lot? That's the map of Purple Cloud Valley, one of the northern Sand Continent's 8 great holy places. Do you think it's not worth 20 million? Bai Shan's smile disappeared again. She angrily shouted, but we don't know if that map is real or fake. Maybe you spent 20 million on a piece of scrap paper. Huh, you're really naive. Do you think that with Pear State Auction House's methods, the map they got is fake? If it's real, who would believe Pear State Auction House after it gets out? Even if that map isn't a real map of Purple Cloud Valley's Holy Land entrance, it's still a map of the surrounding area. If you can find the surrounding area of Purple Cloud Valley, are you afraid that you won't be able to find the entrance? Why am I talking so much nonsense to an old fart like you? Hurry up and withdraw. Let me spend 20 million to buy a piece of scrap paper. I can't wait for that result. Qin said a lot in one breath. Actually, he was a bit embarrassed. Now that he only had a little over 10 million high-grade spirit stones left, he really couldn't afford that map. As long as Bai Shan added another 100,000 spirit stones, Qin would immediately withdraw. Moreover, Qin realized that he didn't need to bid at all. It was fine as long as the map fell into Bai Shan's hands. He came to Pear State this time to destroy Red Flower Hall. At that time, the map would still return to his hands. 25 million. After hesitating for a moment, Bai Shan suddenly raised the price and added 5 million spirit stones in one go. Then, she glared at Qin and shouted, stinking brat, I'll say it here today. No matter how much you raise, I'll accompany you to the end. Qin was inwardly happy. He sighed and said, AI, forget it, since an idiot like you is determined to get it. Then I'll let you have it. In any case, it's just a fake map. If you like it, take it. The corner of Bai Shan's mouth fiercely twitched. Humph. You're saying the grapes are sour because you can't eat them. Just now, you called out a price of 20 million spirit stones to bid for the map. Now that you can't compare to this old man's wealth, you say such self-deceiving words. What's more, even if that map isn't the map of Purple Cloud Valley's entrance, it's still a map of the surrounding environment. 25 million is definitely worth the price. Bai Shan repeated Qin original words. Her goal was to publicly slap his face. However, she saw Qin face full of smiles. I don't understand. With your 3-year-old IQ, how did you get the position of Red Flower Hall's great elder? Or is it that your entire Red Flower Hall has such a low IQ? Do you think that if the senior who drew that map didn't discover Purple Cloud Valley, how would he know that the location on the map is the surrounding area of Purple Cloud Valley? If he discovered Purple Cloud Valley, why would he waste his energy to draw a map of the surrounding area? Therefore, this map is either the location of the entrance to Purple Cloud Valley's territory, or it's a fake map. According to my analysis, the possibility of a fake map is higher. Congratulations, senior idiot. You spent 25 million spirit stones on a piece of scrap paper. Why, you're the idiot. I'm called Baishan. Baishan roared angrily, but quickly realized that now wasn't the time to argue about his name. He felt that what Qin Feng said was very reasonable. Could it be that he really bought a fake map? Don't talk nonsense. That map is clearly the authentic path to Purple Cloud Valley's holy territory. Everyone, don't listen to this brat's nonsense. Is there anyone willing to raise the price? This buy will do him a favor at little cost, and let him have it. Baishan was so anxious that he was sweating profusely. 25 million was half of the savings he'd accumulated over dozens of years. If he really bought a fake map, he'd definitely die from anger. Chapter 17:24. No one was stupid. After listening to Qin Feng's analysis, they felt that the map of Violet Cloud Valley was most likely fake. Moreover, even if someone wanted to bid for it, they couldn't take it out in front of the price of 25 million spirit stones. Fellow Taoists, don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I swear on my reputation as the Red Flower Hall's great elder that if anyone raises the price, I will withdraw. Baishan was anxious. He wished he could just pull a random cultivator to give up the map of Purple Cloud Valley. But the more he acted like this, the more those cultivators didn't dare to bid. The beautiful host suddenly woke up. She was shocked by the sky-high price of 25 million. Seeing that, Baishan seemed to be regretting. She hurriedly said, "Congratulations to Red Flower Hall's great elder Baishan for winning the map of Purple Cloud Valley at an extremely low price of 25 million. Dang." With a final knock of the hammer, the last item of the auction was successfully sold. Baishan gnashed his teeth in anger. That was 25 million. How could it be so low? This woman must be in cahoots with that brat. Although he was full of complaints, Baishan still obediently went on stage to pay the spirit stones. Under the deterrence of the 5 guests, he didn't dare to act shamelessly. After the auction ended, the cultivators dispersed. Everyone was still discussing the hot topic of the auction. Surprisingly, the most popular topic of discussion was not the treasures auctioned off. Rather, it was Baishan's idiotic act of spending 25 million to buy a fake map. Qin Feng also left with the crowd. There were no materials needed to refine imprisonment in this auction, and there were no white spirit pills or white spirit feathers. However, Qin Feng wasn't disappointed. He didn't expect to get a rank 5 imprisonment formation disc at Pear Continent Auction House. After the crowd left, Qin Feng took a small path and returned to the periphery of the auction house. The originally crowded plaza was only left with the staff of Pear Continent Auction House and a few cultivators who had bid on the items. The reason Qin Feng came back was to follow Baishan. Now that all the cultivators thought the map of Purple Cloud Valley was fake, only he knew that the map was half real and half fake. He wanted to snatch the map. However, he didn't see Baishan's figure in the plaza. It seemed that old guy was very cautious and disappeared after getting the map. "Brat, let's see where you can run now." "Huh, you dare to shout at us at the auction? Today is the day you die." 2 sounds of laughter suddenly came from behind him. In reality, Qin Feng had long since sensed that he was being followed. However, when he discovered who they were, he completely ignored them and intentionally led them to this remote forest. "What should I say about you two? Are you in such a hurry to die?" Qin Feng sneered. He did not seem nervous at all. The newcomers were Wang Xiaoqin and Wang He of the Pear Continent's Wang family. When Qin Feng had snatched the grade 5 formation plate that they had their eyes on, the 2 of them had discussed killing Qin Feng after the auction ended. "Huh. As expected, you are a fellow who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. You want to kill me, an elder Xiaochun, with just you? I advise you to obediently hand over the level 5 array disc and all the spirit stones and treasures you have on you. If you're in a good mood, we might even leave your corpse intact. Wang He shouted fearlessly. That's a good idea. Let's do as you say. As long as the two of you hand over all your treasures, I'll leave your corpses intact. Qin Feng had already seen through the two's realms. Wang He was merely a level 6 Saint King, and Wang Xiaochen had just broken through to level 1 Buddha's aura. Dealing with these two little pieces of trash will be a piece of cake for Qin Feng. What a reckless fellow! Wang He was instantly enraged. He swung his fist, but before he could get close to Qin Feng, Wang Xiaochen's longsword was already pointed at Qin Feng's throat. There was a sudden explosion. Before Wang He could see what was going on, he saw Elder Wang Xiaochen's body explode, and he was no longer human. You. Wang He retracted his fist in fear. He stood rooted to the ground, trembling all over. He could not even say a complete sentence. That was Elder Wang Xiaochen, who had level 1 Buddha's aura. How could he not even withstand one move from Qin Feng? You what? Didn't you want to snatch my array disc and spirit stones just now? Hurry up and do it. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back. His body exuded a strong aura. Wang He could not see through it all, but he could feel that Qin Feng's aura was several times stronger than Elder Wang Xiaochen's. This fact was hard for Wang He to accept. He and Elder Wang had originally come to kill and rob, but in the end, Elder Wang had been killed instead. Secretly glancing at Qin Feng again, Wang He was shocked. This brat looked younger than him, but his cultivation was so terrifying. Young hero, you must be joking. I was just passing by. How could I dare to take young hero's treasures? If young hero has nothing else, I will take my leave first. Wang He turned and ran. Before he could take 2 steps, a strong wind came from behind him, knocking him to the ground. Do you think I'm a fool? Or do you think I'll let you off just by saying a few nice words? Qin Feng's voice was cold. After Wang He fell to the ground, he vomited a few mouthfuls of blood. Realizing that he had underestimated Qin Feng's strength, he hurriedly knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Qin Feng. He begged bitterly, "Young hero, please spare me." It was that old fart Wang Xiaochen's idea. He insisted on robbing young hero. I even tried to persuade that old fart a few times, but he did not listen to me at all. Qin Feng's lips curled into a cold smile. This one he was really good at lying. It was just that his intelligence was a bit lacking. Even a 3-year-old child would not believe the lies he said. As if feeling the sudden killing intent from Qin Feng, Wang He stopped kowtowing. His expression suddenly became ferocious. Brat, I advise you not to be too ruthless. Our Paracontinent's Wang family is a 4-star family. There are many Buddha Light Realm experts in the family. Our Lord Family Head has even stepped into the late stage of the Buddha Light Realm. He is not someone a loose cultivator like you can provoke. Wang He had seen Qin Feng alone twice. Naturally, he thought that Qin Feng was a loose cultivator. Qin Feng originally wanted to kill Wang He with 1 palm strike, but he suddenly dispelled this thought. Now that he had killed Wang Xiaochen, the Paracontinent's Wang family naturally would not let him off. Since that was the case, he might as well take advantage of the free time to eliminate this 4-star family to save himself trouble in the future. Bring me to the Wang family now, Qin Feng said. Wang He was stunned. He could not understand Qin Feng's thoughts. Could it be that this brat realized the Wang family's strength and was planning to go to them and admit his guilt? At least you know what's good for you. However, you killed Elder Wang Xiaochen. Don't think that you can escape death. Wang He crawled up from the ground, regaining his previous arrogance. Qin Feng found it funny, but he did not say anything else. The Wang family was not far from the auction venue. 20 minutes later, the two of them arrived at the gate of a huge city courtyard. Senior Brother Wang, who is this person? Why didn't Elder Xiaochen return with you? It seemed that Wang He's position among the sect disciples was not low. The guards guarding the gate greeted him respectfully. Chapter 1725. Wang He did not say much, afraid that Qin Feng would change his mind and suddenly escape. Don't ask what you shouldn't ask. Are the elders here? Wang He asked. The guards were puzzled. Why did Senior Brother Wang He suddenly ask about the elders? Other than Elder Wang Xiaochen, who went to the auction this morning, I didn't see the other elders leave the family, a guard said. Wang He immediately heaved a sigh of relief. It was good that all the elders were here. Let's see where Qin Feng could run now. All right, you guys continue guarding the door. Wang He led Qin Feng into the clan without batting an eyelid. They headed straight for the cultivation area of the elders. Qin Feng naturally saw through Wang He's intentions. However, he remained silent along the way. He had come to the Wang clan to kill the elders and family head. Stay here for a while. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, Wang He ordered arrogantly. Before he left the room, Qin Feng's voice came from behind him. It's best if you call all the elders of the Wang family here at once. Don't forget to call the patriarch. I'm usually very busy. I don't have the time to waste here. Wang He nearly tripped. He had seen people who liked to brag, but this was the first time he had seen someone as arrogant as Qin Feng. Heh, what arrogance. I'm just afraid you won't escape while I'm gone. Wang He snorted coldly and strode away. Just as he walked out, he waved his hand and called over a few patrolling disciples. Senior brother Wang He, do you have any instructions? Don't go anywhere. Guard this room for me, Wang He said. One of the disciples was puzzled. Senior brother Wang He, this is Elder Xiaoqin's room. He doesn't like people guarding outside to disturb him. Wang He scolded. I told you to guard, so guard. What's with all this nonsense? I'll say the ugly words first. The Wang family's eternal sinner is in this room. If you let him escape, the patriarch and elders will definitely not let you off. Those disciples were terrified. Pear Continent's Wang family's eternal sinner? Did it have to be so exaggerated? This was a serious matter. A few disciples guarded the door closely. In the meantime, they called over another group of patrolling disciples who passed by. Not long after, Wang He returned with a large group of people. Seeing the powerful formation, the disciples guarding the gate nearly fainted. Elder Wang Zhen, Elder Wang Kai, Elder Wang Exen. Greetings, great elders and little elders. All the elders of the Pear Continent's Wang clan were basically all present, with the exception of the clan head. Such a grand lineup could only be seen during the annual clan assembly. Who knew what day it was today? The disciples guarding the door retreated to the side in a daze. With the support of many elders, Wang He kicked the door open with his nose in the air. Stinking brat! How dare you kill an elder of my Pear Continent's Wang family? Today shall be the day of your death. As soon as Wang He entered the room, he started speaking ruthlessly. The group of disciples guarding the door were dumbfounded. They thought to themselves, isn't this Elder Wang Xiaoqin's room? Did Senior Brother Wang He take the wrong medicine today? The group of elders followed him into the room and looked Qin Feng up and down. Seeing that he was not more than 30 years old, a playful look flashed through the elder's eyes. This is an elder of your Wang family? Your cultivation is too low. Where is your patriarch? Call him over as well. Qin Feng also looked at the other party. However, after a while, he lost interest. Among these so-called elders, the one with the highest cultivation was only at the 4th transformation Buddha light. He had just stepped into the threshold of the intermediate stage of the Buddha light realm. These words sounded really arrogant to everyone, and a few elders already stood up. You're the one who killed Junior Brother Wang Xiaoqin? How dare you? Junior Brother Wang Xiaoqin only had the lowest cultivation among the Wang family's elders. He had only stepped into the 1st transformation Buddha light not long ago. Don't think that you're powerful just because you killed him. In front of our Pear Continent's Wang family, you're just an ant-like existence. Why are you still talking nonsense with him? Just kill him. One of the old men's aura surged. Clearly, he was about to make a move. However, Wang He hurriedly shouted, Little Elder Wang Zhen, don't be anxious. That brat has a level 5 formation plate, as well as many spirit stones and treasures. Wang Zhen abruptly stopped his fist midway. He stared coldly at Qin Feng and shouted, Brat, consider yourself lucky. I'll let you live a little longer. Hurry up and hand over your storage ring. This old man can give you a quick death. Qin Feng looked at the arrogant little elder in front of him. He only had the cultivation of a mere 2nd transformation Buddha light. He lazily said, If you want the storage ring, come and take it yourself. As long as you have the ability, everything in the ring will belong to you. Wang Jun was very dissatisfied with Qin Feng's attitude. He felt as if he had been slapped in the face. He angrily roared and punched again. Instantly, a gust of wind blew in the room. Oomph. As expected of an inexperienced ant. How dare you behave so atrociously in the Wang family's castle? I guess that brat won't be able to withstand junior brother Wang Jun's punch. Don't get killed by it. Wang Yi's disciple is making a big fuss over nothing. A mere ant called all of us elders over. If word of this gets out, the Wang family will lose face. When the crowd saw Wang Jun attack, they all revealed relaxed and playful expressions. In their eyes, Qin Feng had already become a cripple. Wang Yi was so excited that he was dancing with joy. Previously, he was suppressed by Qin Feng and even had to kneel and kowtow. Now, he could finally vent his anger. Rumble. A loud explosion sounded. However, it was much more intense than what everyone had imagined. When they saw the scene in front of them, more than 10 pairs of eyes fell to the ground. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back, as if he had not moved at all. Wang Jun flew backwards and spat out a few mouthfuls of blood in midair. It was only because the few elders reacted in time that they managed to dodge Wang Jun. However, the disciples guarding the door could not dodge in time and were sent flying by Wang Jun. Rumble. The sound of him landing was equally loud. A huge crater appeared on the ground outside of the room. Wang Jun was lying in the crater in a strange position, motionless. It was unknown whether he was dead or alive. The noisy room instantly quieted down. The smiles on everyone's faces froze. Although Wang Jun was not the strongest in the crowd, he was still at the second transformation Buddha light. Who would have thought that he would not even be able to withstand one move from the opponent? You little grandson, how dare you sneak attack junior brother Wang Jun? Watch how I teach him a lesson. Someone came back to his senses and flew towards Qin Feng. However, before he could finish his sentence, a dazzling golden saber light descended from the sky, leaving behind a saber aura that was a few hundred meters long. Under the loud explosion, the three young elders did not understand the situation, and their bodies exploded on the spot. The elder who rushed toward Qin Feng was even more miserable. His flesh and blood splattered everywhere. Chapter 1726. Qin Feng's series of attacks were very sudden. When the Wang family elders regained their senses, they found that 5 or 6 of their companions had already fallen. The remaining elders immediately retreated in fear, landing in different corners of the courtyard. They looked at Qin Feng again, and the playful and frivolous look in their eyes disappeared, replaced by a serious and nervous expression. Who are you, brat? To have such a high cultivation at such a young age. My Wang family has no grievances with you. Why did you kill a Wang family elder? A few people began to question him, but compared to their previous overbearing attitude, their tone was much more timid. You don't need to ask. I'm just a loose cultivator. As for killing a Wang family elder, you guys provoked me first. Qin Feng jumped into the middle of the courtyard, not the slightest bit afraid of being surrounded by the elders. Many angrily glared at Wang He, cursing in their hearts that it was all this brat's fault. How was he an ant? He was simply a ruthless person that shouldn't be provoked. But since things had already reached this point, there was no point in saying anything more. The Wang family's first elder, Wang Exen, suddenly said, "Ignorant junior, you are indeed very strong, but us elders can still kill you if we join hands. Furthermore, the Wang family's patriarch hasn't appeared yet. Otherwise, the patriarch would be able to kill you by himself. I'll give you a chance to live, as long as you leave behind all your treasures and kowtow to everyone to apologize. I'll let you leave alive." After saying this, as if afraid that Qin Feng wouldn't believe him, Wang Exin added, "Don't worry, Wang Exin, am the Wang family's first elder. My position is only below the patriarch's, and I will never go back on my words." The other elders immediately agreed. After seeing Qin Feng's strength, no one wanted to fight to the death with him. First Elder Wang Xin is right. As long as you obediently apologize and compensate the Wang family's losses, we can spare your life. Brat, what are you hesitating for? Hurry up and hand over all your treasures. Otherwise, if the patriarch is alerted, you won't be able to leave even if you want to." Seeing everyone's anxious expressions, Qin Feng laughed inwardly. "I've really disappointed everyone. This time, I didn't plan on leaving alive. I think we should just fight to our heart's content." A trace of panic flashed in the eyes of all the elders. Wang Xen hurriedly shouted, "You better think carefully. We have 8 Buddha light stage elders here. Do you think you can beat us? Fine. Who asked our Wang clan to be so magnanimous? You don't need to kowtow and admit your mistake. Just hand over your treasures and you can leave." Wang Xen gave way again and again, obviously afraid of Qin Feng. Initially, he thought that the other party would definitely agree to this condition. However, a beam of golden light descended from the sky, instantly blasting a row of buildings into ruins. Rumble. The loud noise alarmed the entire Wang family, and many disciples rushed over. The saber came so suddenly that the 2 little elders, who were at the second transformation of Buddha's aura, could not react in time and died tragically under the saber. "You reckless brat! I'll kill you with my own hands today." Wang Xen was thoroughly enraged. He flew forward and sent a palm strike. Seeing that he had made a move, the remaining 5 elders could only brace themselves and join in the fight. Rumble. The 6 of them joined forces, and the light and shadows of their swords enveloped more than half of the Wang family city. The ground rumbled continuously, and the rows of buildings collapsed like tofu. Qin Feng had long since rushed into the sky. The ground where he was previously standing was blasted into countless craters. The 6 figures chased after him, and the violent movements on the ground were transferred to the sky. The disciples who rushed over all stood 100 meters away from the battle, not daring to go even half an inch closer. They looked up into the sky, and their eyes and jaws dropped to the ground. Qin Feng looked to be in his 20s, but he actually forced the elders of the Wang family to join forces and attack him. Looking at the current situation, it seemed that this brat had the upper hand. Rumble. Another violent sound shook the sky. An elder at the 3rd transformation of Buddha's aura collided with Qin Feng's fist. That elder could see that Qin Feng's cultivation was only at the 2nd transformation of Buddha's aura. However, when the 2 fists collided, he suddenly felt a sense of crisis. An incomparably violent aura enveloped him. This was not the aura of a cultivator at the 2nd transformation of Buddha's aura. It had probably reached the 4th transformation of Buddha's aura, or even higher. By the time he realized this, it was already too late. That elder at the 3rd transformation of Buddha's aura instantly exploded in the sky, causing the disciples to cry out in alarm. However, this was only the beginning. Qin Feng had already gone berserk. As soon as that palm landed, he stepped on his golden, flying sword and rushed in front of the other 2 elders. He punched out with both fists, and at the same time, the powerful auras collided in the sky, mixed with the faint whistling of swords. Although they barely blocked Qin Feng's fist energy, the 2 elders didn't expect that there would be sword chi hidden in the fist energy. Just as they were about to escape, they suddenly stopped in midair. The sound of skin being sliced entered their ears, and their expressions were filled with fear. In the time it took to breathe, they were sliced into pieces. In less than the time it took for half an incense stick to burn, Qin Feng killed 3 of the 6 elders of the Wang family. Such powerful skills made the Wang family disciples feel like they were dreaming. The remaining 3 elders, Wang Xen, all had the intention to retreat. I advise you to immediately stop and leave. The Wang family can pretend that today's matter never happened. A great elder suddenly shouted. Their conditions had changed again and again. At the beginning, they wanted Qin Feng to hand over the treasures, kowtow to admit his guilt, and then kill him. Now, they seem to be begging Qin Feng to leave. However, from the beginning, these people had made a grave mistake. The choice was not in their hands. Stab, stab, stab. As soon as that elder's voice fell, thousands of red spear lights rained down like raindrops. He didn't even have the chance to dodge. On the spot, He was pierced into a hornet's nest by the rainbow demon storm spear. The entire Wang family was immersed in the sound of explosions. Another great elder at the third transformation of Buddha's aura had fallen. These elders, who were like undefeatable gods in the eyes of the disciples, were now killed by Qin Feng with a single move. They were no better than ants. Only Wang Xian and Wang Qi were left in the elders group. Wang Qi's cultivation was comparable to the recently killed Wang Huilin. He had long since fled in fear, not daring to stay for even a moment longer. Wang Xian stood alone on the roof. Although his expression was calm, his heart was beating like a drum. When he saw Wang Qi run away, he almost swung his sleeves and left as well. However, if he did that, he would never be able to return to the Wang family as a great elder. Young hero, I have offended you before. I hope you will show mercy and stop now. Wang Xian's face no longer had a trace of arrogance. His tone even carried a hint of pleading. The surrounding disciples were in an uproar. They were all trying to guess Qin Feng's identity. Where did this powerful expert come from? He actually relied on his own strength to force the Paracontinent's Wang family to give in to him? Don't you think it's too late to say this now? If I first slap you and then tell you not to be angry and this matter ends here, would you let me go? Qin Feng stood on his golden flying sword and floated in the air. His white clothes flapped in the wind. Now that the Wang family was afraid and wanted to take a step back, how could Qin Feng let them? Chapter 1727. Brat, you really don't know when to retreat. Even if I have to risk my life, I will kill you. Wang Xian was the great elder of the Paracontinent's Wang family. He had already lowered his status to beg Qin Feng, but this brat still didn't back down. Since things had come to this, Wang Xian had no other choice. With a roar, he flew towards Qin Feng and struck. Whoosh! The seemingly simple strike instantly brought forth countless howls of wind. In the blink of an eye, the house that Qin Feng was standing on was blown into ruins. What are you all standing there for? Kill him. Wang Xian's expression became more and more serious. He didn't hold back his attack just now, but he didn't expect Qin Feng to dodge it so easily. It seemed like he had underestimated his opponent. The stunned disciples suddenly woke up, but no one dared to join the battle. The strength that Qin Feng had displayed was too strong, killing one person with one strike. Those who were killed by him were all Buddha light stage elders. This group of disciples thought that they would just be throwing their lives away if they went up. A bunch of trash. If anyone doesn't make a move, I will kill him first. After exchanging a few blows with Qin Feng, Wang Xian felt that he couldn't take it anymore. Although the disciples were afraid, they could only brace themselves and fight. The first wave of people that rushed up were all Saint King Realm cultivators. There were even 4 or 5 late Immortal Qi stage disciples among them. Qin Feng didn't care about these disciples at all. His violent blade left more than a dozen cuts on Wang Xian's body. When the aura behind him was infinitely close, Qin Feng swept his blade horizontally. The several hundred-meter long golden blade, Qi cut the air in half. Even a dozen disciples in front were cut in half at the waist. Rumble. Explosions rang out one after another. The entire Wang family city seemed to have been bombed by a fighter jet. The remaining disciples didn't dare to go forward anymore. Many of them started to run away. Qin Feng didn't kill those who ran away. Instead, he jumped behind Wang He. Don't kill me. I beg you, don't kill me. The development of the situation was completely out of Wang He's expectations. He originally wanted to bring Qin Feng back to the family to receive punishment. Even if he was beaten to death, he would never have thought that Qin Feng would destroy the entire Wang family. However, begging for mercy was obviously meaningless. In Qin Feng's eyes, Wang He should have been killed along with Wang Xiaoqin. He just didn't know where the Wang family was, so he let Wang He live until now. Without even drawing his saber, Qin Feng casually threw a punch. Thunder and tiger roars rang out, accompanied by the sound of a sword piercing through the air. Wang He, a mere 6th-level Saint King cultivator, did not even have time to react before he collapsed into a pool of blood. The Paracontinent's Wang family was in a mess, surrounded by ruins and corpses. Qin Feng, on the other hand, walked through the gravel as if nothing had happened. He arrived at Wang Xian's side. Just now, he had struck Wang Xian down from the sky with his saber. Now, Wang Xian was lying in a pit, unable to get up. Don't kill me. I'll give you my treasures. I'll give you all my treasures. He was seriously injured. At this moment, he was weaker than an ordinary person. He began to regret saying those harsh words to Qin Feng. He really did not expect that this unremarkable young man in front of him would become the demon that destroyed the Wang family. I'm not interested in your treasures. You should go and accompany your fellow disciples in peace. Qin Feng raised his saber, but before it landed, a low roar came from behind him. Little ant, stop right now. Otherwise, this old man will cut you into 1,000 pieces. Without looking back, Qin Feng could guess that the Wang family's patriarch had arrived based on the powerful aura. However, he did not stop. His golden saber slashed down, and the ground in front of him was instantly split in half. As for Wang Xian, who was lying in the pit, he was already dead. Ayaya, you little grandson, how dare you come to my Wang family to cause trouble? If you don't die today, this old man will not be a human. Boom! A loud sound exploded around Qin Feng. He had already retreated on his flying sword, but he had underestimated the Wang family's patriarch's strength. The shockwave from the palm strike had sent him flying. He fell to the ground and spat out a few mouthfuls of blood. His water spirit true armor was broken and was currently being repaired in the 1,000 Treasure Pavilion. Just now, he had used his physical body to block the other party's fierce attack, so he had more or less suffered some injuries. A figure followed closely behind. Seeing Wang Xian being killed, Wang Xiaohai seemed to have gone mad, and he sent out a few more palm strikes. Bang, bang, bang. The original bluestone ground was blasted beyond recognition. This time, the palm strikes missed, and Qin Feng's feet shot up into the sky with a golden light. Little grandson, don't run if you have the guts. Do you really think that my Paracontinent's Wang family is easy to bully? Wang Xiaohai had already seen through Qin Feng's cultivation with just 2 moves. A mere Buddha Aura second transformation cultivator. His heart was filled with doubts. Logically speaking, with this kind of strength, he should have been killed by Wang Xian and the other elders long ago. How did this brat survive until now? Moreover, he had even killed Wang Xian and the other elders. Wang Xiaohai could not understand, no matter how much he thought about it, but he was too lazy to think about it. In any case, Qin Feng would definitely die today, and he had full confidence that he would be able to kill this little grandson. Suddenly, Wang Xiaohai turned into a ray of light and shot out, quickly catching up to Qin Feng. He took out a thin sword in his hand. The originally dagger-sized short sword suddenly became bigger, and it stabbed out with a gust of wind. Poochie! The long sword was too fast. Even though Qin Feng dodged in time, a deep wound was still cut on his arm. Flesh and blood came out, and the white bone inside could be seen. Qin Feng did not have time to treat the wound, because the strange long sword flew towards him again. Break for me! Qin Feng didn't think and slashed down with his saber. The fierce saber chi turned into a long dragon and surged forward, but the long sword's speed did not decrease, and it effortlessly pierced through the saber chi. This time, Qin Feng's abdomen was hit by the sword. If he hadn't dodged in time, he would have been cut in half at the waist. The long sword spun in the air and shot towards Qin Feng again. Rumble! Qin Feng didn't hesitate to take out his flying sword. The 2 long swords collided in the air, creating a loud sound like a car crash. But the next scene shocked Qin Feng. His flying sword was a golden sword that he had obtained from a 9-star sect disciple in the East Field Continent, Xiaoho Xing. But it was knocked down by Wang Xiaohai's long sword. Master, the opponent's sword is clearly a true weapon. Normal spirit weapons cannot block it. Little Pig's voice sounded. Now, Qin Feng understood. However, he only had 1 true weapon, water spirit true armor, and because it was damaged, it was placed in the 10,000 Treasures Pavilion to be repaired. On the other hand, the quest to eradicate the Red Flower Hall rewarded him with a true weapon grade true e-sword, but he temporarily couldn't complete this quest. Realizing that it was difficult to use a spirit weapon to fight Wang Xiaohai, Qin Feng decided to use martial skills to crush this old bastard. He also didn't plan on using the 100-mile light sniper. First, he was afraid that people would see it and spread the news. Second, although the 100-mile light sniper was incomparably powerful, it needed an energy star stone to power it. And Qin Feng only had one energy star stone, so he wouldn't easily use the 100-mile light sniper unless it was a life or death situation. Chapter 1728. Just as Qin Feng understood, Wang Xiaohai once again took out that long sword. Several silver lights shot out, and the sword even let out a dragon roar. A smile appeared on Wang Xiaohai's face, as if this sword could take Qin Feng's life. However, his smile suddenly froze. Not only did Qin Feng not dodge, but he also took the initiative to meet it with a punch. Rumble. That seemingly simple punch blasted out several bolts of lightning. The lightning ferociously exploded, and even a true artifact-grade longsword was knocked away. As soon as the first punch landed, Qin Feng followed up with a second punch. This time, the lightning suddenly condensed and formed a dazzling white lightning sword that hovered in midair. The lightning sword kept exploding. Just looking at it, one could tell that it was extremely destructive. However, Qin Feng leaped forward and stabbed the lightning sword in midair. Crackle! The surrounding air was instantly pierced through. Even though Wang Xiaohai managed to block it with a palm strike in time, the surging palm print was unable to withstand a single blow from the lightning strike. Several bolts of lightning exploded on his body, instantly sending him flying to the ground. After fighting with various experts recently, Qin Feng had a deep understanding of his own strength. Although he was only at the Buddha's Light second transformation realm, he could kill a Buddha's Light intermediate stage cultivator. However, if he encountered a Buddha's Light advanced stage expert, Qin Feng could only run. Wang Xiaohai was currently at the Buddha's Light 6 transformation realm, which could be considered as the peak of the Buddha's Light intermediate stage. However, as the patriarch of a 4-star family, the cultivation method and martial skills he cultivated weren't powerful. He was considered a relatively weak existence among the Buddha's Light 6 transformation realm cultivators. Seeing that Wang Xiaohai smashed into the ground and created a huge pit, Qin Feng's feet created a golden light shadow, and he instantly appeared above the huge pit. Both fists fell, and the Thunder Heaven technique ferociously attacked. This Earth-grade, upper-grade martial skill was shocking. Qin Feng had only practiced to the second style, but with just a few punches, he seriously injured Wang Xiaohai. Qin Feng didn't give Wang Xiaohai a chance to beg for mercy. He casually sent out a few balls of blue flames. The moment the spirit sunflower touched Wang Xiaohai, the flames leaped tens of meters high. When the flames disappeared, not even the remains of Wang Xiaohai could be seen in the huge pit. The fierce battle came to an end just like that. Looking at the Pear Continent's Wang clan, it seemed like a war had broken out. There were still many disciples of the Wang family standing in the ruins. These people had already fled, but when they saw the patriarch appear, they hurried back. As a result, the patriarch was killed before the battle had even begun. "Senior, please spare our lives. We're just trying to make a living in the Wang clan." The crowd all knelt on the ground and begged for mercy. Qin Feng had never planned to kill these people. His target was the Wang family elder and sect leader. As long as these people were killed, the Wang family would naturally be destroyed. Qin Feng didn't say anything else. He stepped on his flying sword and disappeared into the distance. He found a secluded place and checked the storage ring he had obtained from Wang Xiaohai. In any case, this guy was a Buddha Aura 6 transformation realm cultivator. He had a lot of treasures in his storage ring. There were more than 10 million high-grade spirit stones and countless spiritual herbs and refining materials. It was just that their grades were a bit low. At least, Qin Feng didn't want them. After a simple glance at the other items, Qin Feng's attention was placed on the true artifact longsword. When he grabbed the longsword in his hand, the Hedonist sovereign system had a detailed introduction of it. It turned out that the long sword was called the Dragoncry sword. It was a low-grade true artifact. When inner chi was poured into the long sword, the body of the sword would let out a dragon's roar, hence the name. Qin waved his hand, and a dragon's roar sounded out in the air. The Dragoncry sword was incomparably sharp and instantly cut the air around him. Good sword. If used together with Thousand Silk Slash and Shadowless Sword, its power definitely can't be underestimated. Qin was very satisfied with the Dragoncry sword. He played with it for a while before putting it back into his storage ring. Originally, he had come to Pear Continent to destroy the power of the Red Flower Hall. Who would have thought that he would accidentally destroy the Pear Continent's Wang family first? This battle gave Qin a new understanding. For the next 3 days, he stayed in Yuan Zhenglu and cultivated in seclusion. When he opened his eyes again, he felt that the qi in his body had become even stronger. A flying sword shot into the room from outside. Qin grabbed it, and the flying sword burned by itself. A row of words appeared in the air. It turned out that Yang Batian and the others had already arrived in Pear Continent. Qin immediately moved. It was time to eradicate the Red Flower Hall. After the time it took for an incense stick to burn, Qin appeared in an empty space a dozen or so kilometers away from the Red Flower Hall's base. This was a barren mountain plain. In broad daylight, not even a ghost could be seen. However, there were 2 black shadows sneakily following behind him. Qin had long since discovered the 2 people, but he pretended not to notice. Not long after, 10 or so figures flew over from the direction of the Red Flower Hall. The 2 people in the lead were extremely fast and landed beside Qin. Huh? Qin brat, you dare to oppose the Red Flower Hall? Let's see where you can run today. The first person to land was the Red Flower Hall's Great Elder by Shan. Standing across from him was the other Great Elder by Feng. Of the original 4 Great Elders of the Red Flower Hall, only these 2 people remained. As for Bai Lin and Bai Hua, they had long since been killed by Qin in Flamehaven. 2 ferocious auras had already enveloped Qin. He immediately checked the strength of the 2 people, but he couldn't understand them at all. He only felt that these 2 people were more powerful than Bai Lin and Bai Hua. They had most likely stepped into the peak of the 9 changes of Buddha's light. However, Qin wasn't afraid. He had purposely come here as bait. Moreover, he didn't want to attract these 2 elders. So, it's you old fart. For days ago, you spent 25 million to buy a fake map. I thought you would die of anger when you returned. I didn't think you'd still be alive. Qin purposely opened Bai Shan's scars. However, Bai Shan wasn't angry at all. Instead, he revealed a playful expression. Ha ha. Speaking of this, I still have to thank you, you idiot. That map isn't fake. After I kill you, I'm going to team up with the Hall Master and Junior Brother by phone to go treasure hunting. Qin was overjoyed. It seemed that the map of the Purple Cloud Valley was real. His heartbeat couldn't help but speed up. That was one of the Northern Sand region's 8 Great Saint Realms. Rumor had it that as long as a cultivator entered it, their cultivation would at least step into the Nihility God Realm. Huh, grandson, why aren't you saying anything? Could it be that you've been so angry with me that you've broken your cultivation? Seeing that you helped me get the map of the Purple Cloud Valley, I'll leave your corpse intact later. Bai Shan couldn't stop laughing. A few days ago, he had been angered by Qin. Today, he felt like he had vented all his resentment. Qin looked at him as if he was looking at an idiot. It was good that the map was real. Soon, it would fall into his pocket. Then I really have to thank you for spending 25 million spirit stones to buy a map of the Purple Cloud Valley for me. Seeing that you're so filial, I've also decided to leave your corpse intact. Qin said lazily. Chapter 1729. This is not a joke, and I never joke with my enemies. Qin expression was extremely serious. Bai Shan was stunned. He didn't understand where Qin got his confidence from. Did a mere Buddha's aura second transformation really think he could kill him? I'd like to see where your confidence comes from. With a roar, Bai Shan struck out with his palm. Instantly, the air in front of Qin rippled. The Buddha's aura 9th transformation was too powerful. How could Wang Xiaohai, who was at the Buddha's aura intermediate stage, compared to him. However, Qin Feng stood still with an indifferent expression. His hands were even behind his back, as if he was waiting for death. Seeing that the palm was about to hit him, Bai Shan's eyes flashed with a cold smile. However, in the next moment, his smile froze on his face. A black shadow shot out from afar. The person was still a few hundred meters away, but his fierce aura was already approaching. Rumble! A strong gust of wind suddenly appeared in front of Qin Feng and blocked Bai Shan's palm energy. The violent airflow violently surged and exploded, but did not affect Qin Feng at all. His body was enveloped by an air barrier, and under such a fierce collision, the air barrier only rippled like a water surface. Puff! With one move, Bai Shan spat out a few mouthfuls of blood. He retreated into the crowd, his eyes bursting with shock. The disciples who followed him were filled with disbelief. Elder Bai Shan was an expert at the peak of the Buddha's aura, 9th transformation. That brat was less than 30 years old. How could he injure the great elder in one move? Oh no, Qin Feng has set up an ambush. I'm afraid he's invited a true spirit realm expert. Bai Feng's eyes flashed with fear. Although he hadn't seen the person yet, the powerful aura was definitely that of a true spirit realm expert. Bai Shan had already swallowed a few elixirs. While suppressing the chaotic aura in his body, he shouted into the distance, "May I know which senior is coming? I am Pear Continent's Red Flower Hall's great elder, Bai Shan. Today, I'm here to settle my personal grudge with Qin Feng. I hope that senior will not interfere." Even though a true spirit realm expert had come, Bai Shan and Bai Feng quickly calmed down. The Red Flower Hall had some prestige in the Pear Continent, and even the entire northern Sand Continent. The Hall Master was also an expert who had stepped into the true spirit realm, so normal people would not go against the Red Flower Hall. A black shadow came out of the wind and landed behind Qin Feng. Bai Shan recognized the person at first glance and said with cupped fists, "So, it's Broken Flower City, Lord Senior Yang Batian. My Red Flower Hall has never had any grievances with Broken Flower City. I believe Senior Yang won't go against Red Flower Hall for an early-stage Buddha Light Realm cultivator." Seeing that it was Yang Batian, Bai Shan, and Bai Feng heaved a sigh of relief. City Lord Yang was quite famous in the northern Sand region. However, although he had stepped into the true spirit realm, his cultivation was only at the early stage of the true spirit realm. In other words, Yang Boshan's cultivation was not as high as the Red Flower Hall's Hallmaster. It was believed that he would not fall out with the Red Flower Hall for Qin Feng. It was just that the two of them had a good idea, but right after Bai Shan finished speaking, Yang Batian sent a palm strike at them without any warning. It was as if a tsunami had suddenly appeared on a calm sea, and before the two of them could react, they were sent flying. Rumble! Yang Boshan's seemingly simple palm strike had a berserk aura enveloping a radius of 10 miles. Explosions rang out one after another. Bai Shan and Bai Feng fell to the ground and vomited blood. As for the Red Flower Hall disciples who had followed them, they were all lying in a pool of blood. None of them could even breathe. Qin Feng was dumbstruck by such ferocious strength. The disciples who could be brought out by Elder Bai Shan and Elder Bai were obviously not ordinary people. The lowest realm among them was at the peak of the Saint King realm, and most of them were cultivators at the intermediate stage of the Buddha Light realm. However, in front of a true spirit realm powerhouse, the Buddha Light realm was like an ant. Qin Feng even felt that the power of Yang Boshan's palm strike was even stronger than the 100-mile light sniper. It's just a trivial Red Flower Hall, and you want to scare me? You really don't know what's good for you. Yang Boshan's expression was indifferent. If it was before he met Qin Feng, he would not have offended the Red Flower Hall. But now that he had become sworn brothers with Qin Feng, and Brother Qin was determined to destroy the Red Flower Hall, how could Yang Batian shrink back? Among the group of powerhouses who had rushed over, only Bai Shan and Bai Feng were left alive. The two of them were battered and exhausted, and they no longer had the arrogant momentum they had before. A Dao Light sword shot out, and although it disappeared into the distance, it did not escape Qin Feng and Yang Boshan's eyes. However, the two of them pretended not to see it, and let Bai Shan send a flying sword message to the Red Flower Hall. What they wanted to attract was not Bai Shan and Bai Feng, but the Red Flower Hall's hallmaster. After the flying sword disappeared, Bai Shan and Bai Feng's expressions calmed down a lot. They did not even think about escaping. Instead, they wanted to buy some time so that the hallmaster could come and kill Qin Feng and Yang Batian. Senior Yang, you actually want to pose my Red Flower Hall for an ant at the second transformation of the Buddha Light Realm? What benefits did that boy give you? Bai Shan pretended to be angry. Yang Batian laughed in his heart. How could he not see through Bai Shan and Bai Feng's intentions? However, he did not understand Qin Feng's intentions. He knew that he was not a match for the Red Flower Hall's hallmaster, Bai Zhanfei, but Qin Feng insisted on luring him here to kill him. He did not know what Qin Feng was planning. Brother Qin and I are sworn brothers. He did not need to give me any benefits. I am willing to help brother take revenge, Yang Batian said. Bai Shan and Bai Feng's eyes flashed with coldness. If their cultivation was not lower than Yang Boshan's, they would have torn this meddlesome old man's corpse into 1,000 pieces. At the same time, the two of them were surprised that Qin Feng could become sworn brothers with a true spirit realm expert. However, when they thought about it, that boy was a king of elixirs, and he had even refined the spirit surge pill. It was not strange at all. The time it took for an incense stick to burn passed quickly. Bai Shan and Bai Feng finally realized that something was wrong. The Yang Batian kept talking nonsense with them, as if he was deliberately not killing them. Yang Batian, what do you mean? Bai Shan suddenly came to his senses. He felt that the other party seemed to be plotting something. What do you think I mean? Why didn't you kill us? Bai Feng also could not understand. This question was really funny. It was as if Bai Shan and Bai Feng were in a hurry to die. However, as soon as Bai Feng finished speaking, Yang Boshan's expression changed. He suddenly sent 2 palm strikes at them. The two of them were at the stage where their guard was down, so they did not even have a chance to dodge. They were instantly blasted into the sky. Almost at the same time, a gust of wind came from the direction of the Red Flower Hall. A low roar was heard. Who are you? How dare you hurt my Red Flower Hall's disciple? Rumble! Qin Feng did not see anyone at all, but he was pulled to an empty space 100 meters away by Yang Batian. A loud sound exploded on the ground, and a huge pit appeared on the flat ground. The aftermath of the explosion had not yet dissipated, and Qin Feng could not breathe. Bai Zhanfei is here? Qin Feng's expression was grave. He knew that Bai Zhanfei was stronger than Yang Batian, but after feeling his aura, he realized that he had underestimated this true spirit realm expert. Chapter 1730. Without waiting for Yang Batian to answer, a black shadow landed on the open space dozens of meters away. The red cloak on the shoulders of the newcomer flapped, and the aura on his body surged. He was like a towering mountain. You juniors, how dare you kill my Red Flower Hall's 2 great elders? Today I, Bai Zhanfei, will make you regret it. It turned out that Yang Boshan's palm had directly killed Bai Shan and Bai Feng. Qin Feng secretly clicked his tongue. This true spirit realm expert was indeed fierce. You want to kill me and Brother Qin? How could it be so easy? Yang Batian took a step forward and stood in front of Qin Feng. He knew that although Qin Feng was at the second transformation of Buddha's light, he had killed a late-stage Buddha's light cultivator in Fire City not long ago. However, the person in front of him was a true spirit realm expert. Qin Feng might not even be able to withstand 1 palm. So it's you, old man. My Red Flower Hall has never had any grudges with your broken Flower City. How do you explain yourself by slaughtering Red Flower Hall's disciples here? Bai Zhanfei was very puzzled. Yang Batian was clearly not his opponent. What was wrong with him today? Why did he come to the Red Flower Hall's territory to seek death? Why'd I need to explain? I just don't like your Red Flower Hall. If I want to kill, I will kill. What can you do to me? Since there was already enmity between them, Yang Batian did not back down. Qin Feng looked at his tall and firm back and felt warmth in his heart. The conversation was not pleasant. Bai Zhanfei directly used his palm as a blade and slashed out hundreds of meters long blade qi in the air. As soon as the blade qi appeared, Qin Feng felt an extremely strong sense of oppression hanging in his heart. He could see that this attack was condensed by Zhanfei's aura. However, it was like a real blade chi. It was not something that a Buddha's light cultivator's aura could condense. Yang Boshan's expression was dignified. He put his palms together, and two palm prints appeared in the air, blocking the ferocious falling blade chi in the air. Rumble. An earth-shattering explosion sounded. Qin Feng felt the ground under his feet violently shake. The blade chi clearly did not hit him, but the residual power made him vomit blood. Brother Qin, retreat 500 meters away. Leave this old man to me. Yang Boshan's face was flushed red. It was obvious that blocking this attack was a very strenuous task for him. Qin Feng stepped on his flying sword and retreated. He knew that even if he stayed, he would only be a burden to Yang Batian. This was his first time clashing with a true spirit realm expert, and he realized that he had underestimated the strength of a true spirit realm expert. Master, Buddhist light cultivators produce Buddhist light. True spirit cultivators condense true essence, forming a spirit pill, and hollow divinity clones appear. That's why a true spirit realm expert is far superior to a Buddha's light realm cultivator. That's because the inner chi in their body has been transformed into genuine essence and has been raised to another level. It's also because of the appearance of genuine essence that a true spirit realm expert can manifest genuine essence with a wave of his hand and condense it in a saber chi or sword chi to hurt others. Little Pig quickly explained the situation to him. In fact, when Qin Feng was still in the Divine Land, he had met a true chi realm cultivator who could transform the true chi in their body into an offensive element. However, true chi and genuine essence were on a completely different level. Most true chi realm cultivators had to use martial skills to transform their true chi into sword chi or saber chi, and their power would only increase slightly. However, a true spirit realm expert didn't need to use any martial skills at all and could directly manifest genuine essence, which was extremely powerful. While Qin Feng was stunned, Yang Batian and Bai Zhanfei had already exchanged hundreds of blows. Loud noises rang out continuously in the sky, and countless holes appeared on the ground. The commotion caused by their fight was even more intense than a war. Qin Feng realized that the battle between true spirit realm cultivators and low-level cultivators was very different. They almost didn't have any physical contact. It was all about the strength of their genuine essence. As a result, the higher the realm, the more powerful the genuine essence. Bai Zhanfei had a great advantage. Boom! There was another loud noise that seemed to tear the sky apart. Bai Zhanfei's palms slashed down and turned into several saber chi that landed on Yang Boshan's head. Cracks appeared on the palm print in the air, and it was finally completely shattered. Yang Batian spat out a mouthful of blood and was sent flying to the ground. Brother Qin, Bai Zhanfei has already stepped into the fourth true spirit realm. I'm not his opponent. Quickly escape. Just as he fell into the huge pit, Yang Batian immediately flew up and blocked in front of Qin Feng like a towering mountain. After a round of fighting, Yang Boshan's heart was filled with despair. He was only at the early stage of the true spirit realm, while Bai Zhanfei had already stepped into the middle stage of the true spirit realm. This gap was like a chasm that was difficult to cross. What a joke. Do you think the two of you can escape today? After Bai Zhanfei figured out Yang Boshan's cultivation, a fearless expression appeared in his eyes. As his words fell, he slashed down with his palms again. The sky that had just stopped for a moment exploded again. Rumble. This time, Yang Batian didn't take the saber chi head on and quickly threw a few punches into the sky. Powerful true essence turned into fist prints that flew into the sky and collided with the saber chi. The saber chi and fist prints immediately exploded after colliding, turning into fireworks and fading away. Let's see how long you can last. Bai Zhanfei sneered and his attacks suddenly sped up. Dozens of saber chi condensed in the sky, and each one was several hundred meters long. It was like dozens of dragons roaring in the sky. Yang Batian felt a strong pressure. Before the saber chi arrived, he couldn't help but spit out a few mouthfuls of blood. As he blocked with his fists, he anxiously shouted, "Brother Qin, why aren't you leaving?" Rumble. The explosion was even more intense than before. The Fist Prince and Saber Chi collided like fireworks, but when the last two true essence Saber Chi landed, Yang Batian didn't have time to throw another punch. Two bloody wounds appeared on his chest, and he fell to the ground behind him. Brother Qin, quickly leave. The moment he landed, Yang Batian didn't forget to shout. Following that, there was a loud sound. It was as if a meteorite had landed on the ground. Qin Fen's eyes were bloodshot, and he had no intention of leaving. Even though he knew he wasn't Bai Zhanfei's opponent, he wouldn't abandon his friends even if he died. However, Qin Fen really underestimated Bai Zhanfei's strength. He thought that Yang Batian and Bai Zhanfei were both true spirit realm cultivators, and their cultivation was only two small realms apart. Qin Fen planned to set up a trap formation to trap Bai Zhanfei, and then let Yang Batian kill him. However, from the moment Bai Zhanfei appeared to Yang Boshan's defeat, only half an incense stick of time had passed. Qin Fen didn't even have the chance to set up a formation. Your great-great-grandson is Qin Fen. Don't worry, I won't kill you. I will put you under house arrest in the Red Flower Hall and refine pills for the Red Flower Hall day and night to wash away your sins. Bai Zhanfei's figure was still several hundred meters away, but his voice seemed to be speaking in Qin Fen's ear. He didn't attack again and wasn't even in a hurry to catch Qin Fen. In his eyes, Qin Fen was just an ant. How could he escape from his palm? Chapter 1731. Bai Zhanfei, you dare to hurt my big brother Yang. I will kill you today. Bai Zhanfei thought that Qin Fen would kneel down and beg for mercy, but he looked firm and didn't even show the slightest fear. Bai Zhanfei's face turned cold. An ant like Qin Fen at the second transformation Buddha aura dared to clamor in front of him. This was a disgrace to him. A sudden gust of wind blew across the wasteland, and in the blink of an eye, Bai Zhanfei disappeared. An unprecedented sense of crisis surged in Qin Feng's heart, and he threw out a handful of child array flags without thinking. Shua! The array flags fell to the ground in a disorderly manner, but the position of each array flag was very particular. A burst of energy suddenly gushed out, and four light curtain walls appeared in the open space in front of Qin Fen, as if they were connected to Heaven's palace. Bai Zhanfei was trapped inside the curtain wall, but he looked playful and even laughed. "Ha! I have to say, what's so good about your little grandson? You really are an ant. You want to trap this old master with a spirit array? At your age, you can only arrange a level 2 trap array at most. This kind of garbage spirit array can't even trap an early-stage Saint King realm cultivator, and you want to use it to trap me?" Qin Fen didn't seem to hear Bai Zhanfei's ridicule, and his hands didn't stop. He kept putting seals into the spirit stones, and then threw them around the spirit array. This was not a level 2 spirit array, but a level 5 trap array that Qin Fen had obtained at the Pear Province auction not long ago. However, this was just an array disc, and Qin Fen still needed to perfect it. Bai Zhanfei sneered when he saw Qin Fen still struggling in the face of death. He flew over and expected to grab Qin Fen in the next second. Then, he would carry him back to the Red Flower Hall like a little chick. However, he saw that the wall didn't budge. Instead, he was sent flying to the ground. Boom! The impact this time was extremely fierce, like a collision between galloping trains. Bai Zhanfei spat out a mouthful of blood, and his eyes were filled with disbelief. He didn't care about his injuries and muttered to himself, "A level 5 trap array? This is a level 5 trap array?" Qin Fen didn't answer Bai Zhanfei's question and began refining new array flags. This LV5 trap array was perfected by him, so he was very sensitive to arrays. Bai Zhanfei's collision had actually loosened the LV5 trap array, which showed how powerful a middle-stage, true spirit realm cultivator was. I know, you got this level 5 trap array at the Pear Province auction. Otherwise, how could you arrange a level 5 array at your age? Bai Zhanfei came to a sudden realization. In the next moment, his expression became solemn. In front of a level 5 trap array, even with his current realm, he could not escape instantly. It would take at least 1.5 hours to break the array. The reason why Bai Zhanfei's expression was grave was because he saw Yang Batian flying over. Otherwise, if Qin Feng was alone, he wouldn't care about this trap formation at all. At most, he would spend some time to break the formation. Even if Qin Feng took the opportunity to escape, Bai Zhanfei was confident that he could catch him again. Yang Boshan's aura was much weaker than before. It seemed like he was heavily injured. He landed beside Qin Feng, and his eyes sparkled. He was wondering why Qin Feng lured Bai Zhanfei out alone. Now that he saw the level 5 trap formation, he understood everything. Actually, Qin Feng had originally planned to use a rank 4 trap formation. He knew that a rank 4 trap formation would not be able to trap a true spirit realm expert, but he could set up more. It was only after he participated in the Pear Province auction that he obtained this level 5 trap array. Qin Feng couldn't help but rejoice. Fortunately, he obtained a level 5 trap array. Otherwise, a level 4 trap array wouldn't be able to trap Bai Zhanfei. It wasn't because of the number of array flags. It was just Qin Feng's ignorant thoughts. Brother Yang, how are your injuries? Do you want to rest for a while? Qin Feng continued to refine array flags and threw them around the level 5 trap array. The 4 sky-reaching walls shone brighter. Yang Batian couldn't miss such a great opportunity, so he launched an attack. My injuries are fine. Brother Qin is really amazing to be able to arrange a level 5 trap array. A loud sound exploded in the trap array. The space of this level 5 trap array was extremely small. It was only the size of an ordinary family's toilet. Bai Zhanfei couldn't dodge at all. His body was constantly hit, and his arrogance was scattered. His hair was disheveled, and he was in a sorry state. The people outside the trap array could attack the people inside, but the people trapped inside the trap array couldn't attack the people outside. Bai Zhanfei could only be beaten. There were a few times when he was forced to use a few palms to counterattack, but they were bounced back by the trap array and hit him instead. Bang, bang, bang. For a moment, there was a loud sound in the trap array. Bai Zhanfei began to scream in pain, and his body was covered in blood. He didn't have the dignity of a true spirit realm expert anymore. However, after this fierce attack, Yang Batian had consumed a lot of true essence, and his moves had become much weaker. Qin Feng wanted to help attack Bai Zhanfei, but he still had to refine array flags to maintain the level 5 trap array. Furthermore, even if Bai Zhanfei was seriously injured, he was still a true spirit realm expert. Qin Feng's attacks wouldn't have any effect on him. You 2 ants, let me out if you have a guts. What kind of skill is this? I despise you. Bai Zhanfei cursed anxiously. Yang Boshan's face turned red, and he felt a little embarrassed. After all, he was a true spirit realm expert. Even if he won in the end, it didn't seem very honorable. However, Qin Feng retorted, you still have a nerve to say that? You are a middle true spirit realm expert, but you came to show off to me, an early Buddha light realm expert. Is this what you call skill? Bai Zhanfei was speechless, but he quickly said, okay, as long as you let me out, I promise I won't hurt you. I will fight with Yang Batian. If he loses, you will go back with me. If he wins, I will let you 2 go. That's fair enough, right? Qin Feng sneered. Brother Yang has just stepped into the early true spirit realm. How can his true essence be as strong as yours? Why don't you find a late true spirit realm expert to fight with? You still have the nerve to talk about fairness. Don't talk nonsense here. The divine continent is a place where the strong prey on the weak. Those who can survive in the end are the real experts. You are not as good as others, so you can die in peace. Qin Feng's words made Yang Batian come to his senses. The trace of shame in his heart suddenly disappeared, and his attacks became more fierce. The trap formation rumbled again, and from time to time, Bai Zhanfei's screams could be heard. Seeing that Bai Zhanfei couldn't hold on for long, he suddenly roared and took out a huge bronze bell from nowhere. It stood on the ground. Qin Feng, I want you to die a horrible death. Bai Zhanfei slammed his hand, and the bronze bell that was as tall as a human was placed horizontally in front of him. The huge bell's mouth faced one of the walls of the formation. Bai Zhanfei, slammed his palm on the bottom of the bronze bell, and a loud sound seemed to be able to destroy the world. Rumble. The fierce true essence seemed to be strengthened by the bronze bell, and the level 5 trap formation shook violently a few times. It seemed to be on the verge of collapse. Chapter 1732. Not good. The formation is about to break. Brother Qin, you go first. Yang Batian realized that the formation was loosening, so he didn't hold back and attacked by Zhanfei crazily. Qin Fan naturally wouldn't leave him alone, so he quickly put a seal on the spirit stones and threw them around the formation. As the formation flags and spirit stones fell, the light of the sky reaching curtain wall became brighter. Bai Zhanfei's second attack fell at this time. He was originally injured and his true essence was weak, but after he used the huge copper bell, his power was even more ferocious than when he was at his peak. Rumble. The huge movement was like a big earthquake, and the ground under Qin Fan's feet shook violently, making it difficult for people to stand steadily. The level 5 trap formation directly cracked, and Bai Zhanfei was about to rush out, but he was beaten back by Yang Boshin's series of attacks. Brother Qin, if you don't leave now, it will be too late, Yang Batian shouted anxiously. Qin Fan was shocked. He didn't expect that the level 5 trap formation would be broken in less than the time it took for an incense stick to burn. He immediately put away his messy thoughts and threw out the hundreds of spirit stones he had just refined. A strange energy fluctuation came, and the broken formation was repaired. Little grandson with the surname Qin, wait for this old man. When I get out, you'll be the first to die. Seeing that the formation that he had broken with great difficulty was repaired, Bai Zhanfei's expression was ferocious. He once again put the copper bell in front of him, and true essence surged out of his body, forming a substantial mist that flew around him. Rumble. The mist suddenly condensed and slapped into the copper bell, causing a loud explosion. The sound seemed to have been amplified by the copper bell by dozens of times, and it echoed in the sky. This time, the level 5 trap formation was completely broken, but the ferocious true essence didn't stop. It was like a fierce beast that had broken out of its cage, and it rushed toward Qin Fan. Yang Boshin's expression changed, and he flew in front of Qin Fan to block it. However, the punches he sent out were instantly broken, and he was sent flying. Rumble. Qin Fan was just about to retreat when he was sent flying into the sky by the aftershocks. Before he landed, he spat out a mouthful of blood. Bai Zhanfei laughed wildly. He had already broken free from the shackles of the level 5 trap array. However, he was not in a hurry to kill Yang Batian, nor did he capture Qin Fan. It was not that he had suddenly found his conscience, but that attack just now had consumed the last bit of spiritual essence in his body. Now, Bai Zhanfei was no different from an ordinary person. Bastard with the surname Qin. You want to trap me with a mere level 5 trap formation? You're too naive. There's also Yang Batian, you old thief. Originally, you could have been the city lord of Broken Flower City, but you recklessly came to find trouble with the Red Flower Hall. Today is the day you die. Bai Zhanfei sat cross-legged on the ground and spoke arrogantly while recovering his quintessential essence. The attack that he had used to break through the formation was truly ferocious. In order to save Qin Fan, Yang Batian had blocked almost all of the attacks. At this moment, he was lying in a huge pit, and it was unknown whether he was dead or alive. Although Qin Fan was only sent flying by the aftermath, he was still heavily injured. After all, he was only at the second transformation Buddha aura, and he was facing the full power attack of a true Spirit Realm 4 expert. Both sides did not move for a while, as if they were tired from fighting and taking a break. However, Qin Fan knew that this was the last chance for him and Yang Batian to survive. If they waited until Bai Zhanfei recovered his quintessential essence, it would be almost impossible to kill him. Qin Fan struggled to sit up and began to quickly refine array flags and spirit stones. This scene fell into Bai Zhanfei's eyes, and he could not help but laugh. Bai Zhanfei did not even bother to pay attention to Qin Fan. He completely let him arrange the formation. He believed that Qin Feng only had that level 5 trap array, and it was an array disc obtained from the Pear Continent auction. As for Qin Feng's own formation, how powerful could it be? So what if he arranged a level 4 trap array? Bai Zhanfei believed that once his quintessential essence was restored, he could smash a level 4 trap array with one palm. Yang Batian did not die, but even his voice was extremely weak. Seeing Qin Feng's actions, he felt helpless in his heart. Brother Qin, the Bai Zhanfei's quintessential essence is exhausted. You should take this opportunity to leave. Don't worry about me. How can a normal formation have any effect on him? Qin Feng did not answer Yang Batian. Now that time was tight, he had to seize every minute and second. However, after hearing Yang Boshan's voice, he relaxed his tense heart. While recovering his quintessential essence, he continued to refine array flags. Seeing that the time for a stick of incense had passed, Yang Batian suddenly let out a long sigh. Fine, I have no regrets if I can die on the same day as Brother Qin. As soon as he finished speaking, Bai Zhanfei suddenly laughed. It turned out that his quintessential essence had recovered a little. Even though it was still far from his peak state, it was enough to kill Qin Feng and Yang Batian. With Qin Feng's current realm, he could not see clearly what was going on. A sense of death enveloped him. Without thinking, Qin Feng waved his hand. Dozens of array flags and hundreds of spirit stones fell like flowers scattered by a goddess. Buzz! Waves of strange energy fluctuations appeared. Instantly, 4 walls appeared. However, compared to the previous level 5 trap array, this new wall looked much weaker. It's still trapped Bai Zhanfei inside. I didn't expect you to really be able to set up a level 4 array. However, I've already said that a level 4 array is nothing in my eyes. Bai Zhanfei's expression changed. Even though he looked calm on the surface, his heart was in a perilous state. In the northern sand continent, array masters were even rarer than alchemists. Cultivators who could set up level 4 array were even rarer. Qin Feng was only 30 years old, yet he was able to set up a level 4 array. This was simply unimaginable. Yang Batian was also shocked. However, he quickly revealed a disappointed expression. A level 4 array could at most trap a Buddha's light stage cultivator. To a true spirit stage expert, it was nothing. A loud explosion sounded. Bai Zhanfei once again took out a copper bell that was as tall as a human. He struck out with his palm. His quintessential essence seemed to have increased by several times, instantly shattering the level 4 array. However, at this moment, Qin Feng's attack had already landed. He didn't activate his inner chi to attack. Instead, he held a strange-looking weapon in his hand. At least, it was Bai Zhanfei's first time seeing such a thing. A saber didn't look like a saber, and a sword didn't look like a sword. It was this thing that looked neither like anything. Its attack was incomparably ferocious. With a loud explosion, a bright white light that was as thick as a human's waist landed in the trap array like a white dragon emerging from the sea. Within a breath's time, it landed in the trap array. Explosions sounded everywhere. The white light was actually lightning. It gave off a crackling sound. Even Yang Batian felt his scalp go numb when he heard it. Yang Batian finally understood how Qin Feng had killed that group of Buddha's light stage cultivators in Fire City. It turned out that he had relied on this strange weapon in his hand. Bai Zhanfei was only distracted for a moment before he was blasted away by the lightning. He even forgot about his current situation. His eyes were filled with shock. He was wondering what Qin Feng was holding. It wasn't inner chi or quintessential essence. Instead, it was an extremely unfamiliar energy. Chapter 1733. Qin Feng was also shocked. With a single spear strike, Bai Zhanfei had died. Qin Feng knew that the 100-mile light sniper could at most instantly kill a Buddha light realm expert, but it was still too weak in front of a true spirit realm expert. However, Bai Zhanfei was seriously injured and his strength was not at its peak. It seemed that a true spirit realm expert was much stronger than he had imagined. After regaining his composure, Qin Feng quickly shot out again. In front of a true spirit realm expert, he didn't dare to relax at all. A loud explosion shook the sky. The dazzling white lightning illuminated the sky. It was as turbulent as the lightning tribulation caused by a Buddha light realm cultivator breaking through. Bai Zhanfei suddenly woke up, and without thinking, he sent out a palm strike toward the copper bell. The copper bell was definitely a true artifact-level treasure. It instantly strengthened Bai Zhanfei's weakened true essence by more than 10 times, almost reaching his peak state. The palm print and the lightning collided in the sky, tearing open a crack in the air. Violent explosions rang out one after another. After a moment, the two powerful auras actually canceled each other out. Yang Batian, who was standing at the side, was dumbfounded. He never thought that Qin Feng, who was merely at the second transformation of Buddha's aura, could fight Bai Zhanfei to a draw. Even though Bai Zhanfei's vitality was greatly injured, this was absolutely impossible. This surprise was only the beginning. After that strike, Bai Zhanfei actually turned around and fled. It seemed like he had exhausted his true essence and could no longer continue fighting. How could Qin Feng let him go? In the fight just now, Bai Zhanfei had undoubtedly used true essence, but Qin Feng had used star technology. After some adjustment, his aura had recovered a lot, and he sent out several palm strikes. The eerie blue flame floated in the sky like a ghost. With a thought from Qin Feng, another white light quickly shot out. Yang Batian saw that it was a flying arrow, and the cloud-piercing arrow had already pierced Bai Zhanfei's shoulder. Rumble. As soon as the flying arrow landed, the spirit sunflower immediately circled around Bai Zhanfei's body. The flames instantly rose dozens of meters, as if they were going to ignite the sky. Qin Feng was still not at ease. A golden light appeared under his feet, and his figure rushed into the sky. A dagger-sized sword suddenly flew out from his hand. The short sword suddenly grew bigger and became a long sword with a silver glow. When the long sword flew out, a dragon's roar echoed in the air. Rumble. Hundreds of sword lights instantly formed and flew into the flames. Although they couldn't see the situation inside the spirit sunflower, they didn't need to think to know that Bai Zhanfei had been pierced into a hornet's nest. The flames burned for a long time before calming down. During this time, Bai Zhanfei's pitiful cry could not be heard, and his figure could not be seen in the sky or on the ground. A fourth true spirit realm expert had fallen like this, and he was killed by a cultivator at the second Buddha transformation realm. Realizing that this fierce battle was finally over, Qin Feng sat on the ground. In order to kill Bai Zhanfei, he had exhausted all of his trump cards. He had even taken out the Spirit Sunflower and the 100-mile light sniper. He had also taken out the true artifact, the Dragon Cry sword, which he had obtained from Wang Shaohai not long ago. Yang Batian stood rooted to the ground, unable to accept the reality in front of him. He had lived for so long and seen all sorts of geniuses, but this was the first time he had seen such a heaven-defying monster like Qin Feng. This guy was less than 30 years old, but he had the halos of an elixir king and a level 4 formation master. His cultivation at the second Buddha transformation realm was also top-notch among his peers. Moreover, Yang Batian knew Qin Feng wasn't just at the second Buddha transformation realm. A few days ago, he had killed a group of middle-stage and late-stage Buddha transformation realm experts by himself. Just now, he had even killed a spiritual venerable at the middle stage of the true spirit realm. Brother Yang, are you all right? Qin Feng ran to Yang Boshin's side after adjusting himself. Yang Batian woke up with a start, as if it was the first time he had met Qin Feng. Brother Qin, are you all right? Qin Feng found it funny. He patted his chest and shouted, Brother Yang, do I look like I'm not all right? The shock in Yang Boshin's eyes could not be erased. It's really unbelievable. I have lived for so long, but this is the first time I have seen a Buddha transformation realm expert kill a true spirit realm expert. Qin Feng recalled the battle and also felt he was too powerful. But he always kept a low profile, so he scratched his head and said with a smile, Hee, it's all thanks to you that you injured Bai Zhanfei. Otherwise, even Tenami wouldn't be able to kill him. Yang Batian didn't agree with Qin Feng's words. Even if he had contributed, Qin Feng was the main person who killed by Zhang Fei. If it wasn't for his level 5 trap formation and the mysterious weapon by Zhang Fei wouldn't have died. Brother Yang, take these elixirs. Qin Feng suddenly took out more than 10 jade bottles, and Yang Batian was stunned. The lowest quality among them was a first-grade king elixir, and the regeneration elixir and the great Bodhi elixir could make people go crazy. The regeneration elixir and the great Bodhi elixir were given to Qin Feng by Long Qianjun. Actually, these two elixirs weren't of high quality. The regeneration elixir was only a gold elixir, but its medicinal properties were extremely rare. The regeneration elixir could remove the elixir toxins in the body. It should be known that every cultivator of the divine continent had elixir toxins in their body. Moreover, the more elixirs they took, the more elixir toxins accumulated in their bodies. Some cultivators even died because of elixir toxins, and many high-level cultivators were unable to get rid of the elixir toxins, which led to a bottleneck in their cultivation. As for the great Bodhi elixir, it was even more precious. It was one of the rare elixirs in the entire divine continent that could purify spiritual roots. Cultivators with spiritual roots could cultivate quickly. If these cultivators' spiritual roots were purified and formed even purer spiritual roots, their cultivation speed would skyrocket. Brother Qin, these elixirs are too precious. You should keep them. Yang Batian, calm down. Brother Yang, if you still treat me as a brother, then keep them. They're just a few elixirs. They're nothing compared to our brotherhood, Qin Feng said with a smile. Yang Batian didn't argue anymore and carefully kept the elixirs. Just as Qin Feng said, the two of them had just experienced a life-and-death battle. These elixirs were just worldly possessions. With the help of the healing elixirs, the two of them quickly recovered their strength. Although they hadn't fully recovered, they could move normally. At this moment, dozens of figures flew over from the direction of the Red Flower Hall. The two of them frowned, but quickly calmed down. Young Master Qin, are you all right? Young Master Qin, the Red Flower Hall has been destroyed. The ordinary disciples all ran away. The little elder and the core disciples were killed. When we were fighting in the Red Flower Hall, we heard a huge commotion here. We thought the sky was going to fall. The people who came were all familiar faces. Li Tao, Wen Yiming, and the others were all there. They were the helpers that Qin Feng had specially called. According to Qin Feng's plan, he would lure the Red Flower Hall's great elder and hall leader out. Then, he would join forces with Yang Batian to kill them. As for Li Tao and the others, they would take the opportunity to sneak attack the Red Flower Hall and completely eradicate this force. Now that both sides had successfully completed their mission, Qin Feng let out a long sigh of relief. Recently, he had been on guard against the suppression of the Red Flower Hall. Now this big problem had finally been solved. Brother Yang and I are fine. You guys immediately return to the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Don't casually come out. Among the people who came, Li Tao had the highest cultivation. He had stepped into the middle stage of the Buddha's light realm. The others were mostly Saint Kings, and most were even at the Immortal Chi realm. They were able to take down the Red Flower Hall because Li Tao had brought the members of the Blood Evil sect. Yang Batian had also brought a few Buddha's light realm experts from Broken Flower City. Otherwise, with the power of the Spirit Immortal Kingdom alone, it would be difficult to destroy the Red Flower Hall. After Wen Yiming received the order, he had already left with the people of the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Seeing Li Tao still staring at him bashfully, with no intention of leaving, Qin Feng immediately sent a flying kick at him. What are you smiling foolishly for? Help me look after the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. If anything happens, I'll hold you responsible. The Blood Evil sect disciples were confused. Usually, the Lord sect leader was a very serious and cold man. Why did he seem like a different person when he saw Qin Feng? Li Tao was not angry. He even complained coquettishly, I know, young Master Qin. Even if you don't say it, I won't let my sisters be bullied. Everyone was speechless. The Buddha's light realm cultivators from Broken Flower City immediately retreated more than 10 meters away from Li Tao. When they attacked the Red Flower Hall, this man's attack was the fiercest. Why did he become like a bitch now? Li Tao finally left. If he had left a few seconds later, Qin Feng would have taken out the spirit sunflower and burned this monster to death. Yang Batian and the others let out a long sigh of relief. They felt that Li Tao was strange. "Brother Qin, what do you plan to do next?" Yang Batian asked. The cultivators who came from Broken Flower City were all elders. When they saw City Lord Yang calling Qin Feng brother, they were all shocked. Fortunately, they didn't see the shocking scene of Qin Feng killing by Zhang Fei. Otherwise, they would be scared to death. Qin Feng did not hide it. "I plan to go to the Pill City again to suppress the arrogance of the Treasure Pill Tower." The cultivators from Broken Flower City couldn't help but exclaim. They were a bit disdainful. This kid called Qin Feng was so young, but he was so arrogant. The Treasure Pill Tower was one of the 4 big pill shops in the northern Sand Continent. Their foundation was many times stronger than the Red Flower Hall. Yang Batian was shocked and hurriedly advised, "Brother Qin, you better not provoke the Treasure Pill Tower, or at least not now. After all, our current forces are nothing in front of the Treasure Pill Tower." Qin Feng understood Yang Boshan's thoughts. He was not stupid enough to go to the Treasure Pill Tower alone. In fact, he had already thought of a way to deal with the Treasure Pill Tower, and it was not troublesome. "Thank you for the reminder, Brother Yang. You don't have to worry about this. This time, Brother Yang is seriously injured. Go back to Broken Flower City and recuperate. After I finish my work, I will call Brother Yang to go treasure hunting." Qin Feng said treasure hunting was to find the Violet Cloud Valley. He had already obtained the map. Although Bai Shan said that the map was real, Qin Feng could not be sure. "Since Brother Qin insists on going to the Treasure Pill Tower, how can I, your brother, retreat? Let's go kill our way." Yang Batian was heroic. He waved his sleeves and was about to step on his sword and attack the Treasure Pill Tower. However, he was stopped by Qin Feng. "Brother Yang, you should go back to Broken Flower City and recuperate. Don't worry, I'm not a fool. I will definitely not die." After Qin Feng persuaded him, Yang Batian left with his people. He thought that since Qin Feng killed by Zhang Fei, maybe he still had some tricks up his sleeve. Dealing with the Treasure Pill Tower was not a pipe dream. Chapter 1734. Qin Feng spent 2 days and 2 nights to get to Pill City. He wasn't in a hurry to find trouble with the Treasure Pill Tower. Instead, he hid in a forest at the border of Pill City. When he destroyed the Red Flower Hall in Pear Continent, Qin Feng took Bai Shan and Bai Zhang Fei's storage rings. However, he didn't have time to check the treasures inside. Now that he was sure that he was safe, he started to refine the seals on the storage rings. First, he checked Bai Shan's storage ring. This old man was at the peak of the 9 Changes Buddha aura, so there were a lot of treasures in his storage ring. There were more than 50 million spirit stones and many precious herbs and refining materials. However, Qin Feng didn't care about these. He didn't even look at the other treasures and directly took out the map of Violet Cloud Valley that appeared at the Pear Continent auction. The moment the map touched his hand, an ancient aura came from it. This aura was very strange and even caused Qin Feng's divine sense to be interrupted for a few seconds. When he opened the scroll, the ancient aura became even stronger, but there was nothing on the map. "Master, it seems like this map is not fake. Even if it isn't the entrance to Violet Cloud Valley, it is still a very powerful place." Little Pig's excited voice came out. Qin Feng also realized the preciousness of this map. He hadn't even seen the materials used, but this wasn't the most important thing. Qin Feng quickly discovered that the reason why his divine sense was cut off was because of the divine sense seal engraved on the map. It has to be said that Qin Feng was a rank 3 Pill King and a rank 4 Formation Master. His divine sense was much stronger than cultivators of the same level. It was even as strong as a true Spirit Realm Master's divine sense. However, he couldn't use his divine sense to scan the seal on the map. As a result, he couldn't see what was hidden on the map. At this moment, Qin Feng understood Bai Shan's words. No wonder the old man was so sure this was the real deal. He had clearly noticed the divine sense seal on the map, and it was placed by at least a late-stage spirit detecting realm cultivator. How bad could a map with a divine sense seal on it be for a cultivator at that level to spend so much effort to refine a map with a divine sense seal on it. After spending some more effort, Qin Feng still couldn't break the divine sense seal. The joy that rose in his heart suddenly disappeared. This map couldn't be opened at all. He felt like he could see it, but not eat it. Master, don't be discouraged. As long as you can refine the soul-devouring eyes of the flower-devouring snake, I believe you can remove the divine sense seal on this map, Little Pig suddenly reminded. The dreamy-eyed soul-devouring snake had been consuming psychic grass to grow all year round, so its godly spirit was incomparably powerful. Furthermore, its godly spirit energy was basically stored in its pair of soul-devouring eyes. Originally, Qin Feng planned to use the soul-devouring eyes and refining materials to forge a weapon, but he hadn't found the ideal weapon, so he had delayed it until now. Currently, he had two ideal weapons. One was the Dragoncry sword that he had obtained from the Paracontinent's Wang family's patriarch, and the other was the Zhen Yi sword that the system had rewarded him with 2 million Hedonist points and 2 million Hedonist points after eradicating the Red Flower Hall. The Dragoncry sword and the True Yi sword were both of the True Qi grade. However, the Dragoncry sword was a low-grade True Qi grade, while the True Yi sword was a mid-grade True Artifact. In the end, Qin Feng decided to fuse the Zhen Yi sword with the soul-devouring eye to create a weapon that could attack with divine sense. However, he didn't plan to forge it immediately. Currently, the people from Treasure Pill Pavilion were secretly working with the other two pill shops to deal with Four-Way Tower. Dealing with Treasure Pill Pavilion was more important. Qin Feng first put away the map of the Violet Cloud Valley and began to check by Zhang Fei's storage ring. There was also a divine sense seal on the ring, and Qin Feng spent a long time to break it. This made him understand the strength of his divine sense. It was actually comparable to a true spirit realm cultivator. Even Qin Feng, who had a mountain of treasures, was shocked when he saw by Zhang Fei's storage ring. The wealth of a true spirit realm cultivator was several levels higher than that of a Buddha light realm cultivator. There were hundreds of millions of spirit stones, countless elixirs and cultivation techniques, and even a few level 6 spirit herbs. There were also many rare refining materials. Of course, what attracted Qin Feng the most was the huge bronze bell that Bai Zhanfei had used. When he took out the bronze bell, the system already displayed the bell's information. This huge, ancient bell, which was as tall as a human, was called the Heaven Bell. It was a high-grade true artifact. As long as the energy was transmitted into the Heaven Bell, it would be instantly amplified several times. No wonder Bai Zhanfei could still use his peak true essence after being seriously injured. After understanding the effects of the Heaven Bell, Qin Feng was overjoyed. This true artifact was a rare treasure. If used in battle, he could kill enemies above his level. And now that Qin Feng was in the second transformation of the Buddha light, he could already kill intermediate Buddha light stage cultivators. He thought that with the Heaven Bell, he might be able to kill late Buddha light stage cultivators. Qin Feng quickly thought of the matter of dealing with the Treasure Pill House. Originally, he planned to use the 100 light sniper to randomly bombard the Treasure Pill House from afar. His goal was not to truly destroy the Treasure Pill House, but to cause chaos in the Treasure Pill House and disrupt the sect leader's plan. Now that he had obtained the Heaven Bell, Qin Feng had a new idea. He did not intend to use the Energy Star Stone to launch the 100-mile light sniper. After all, there was only one Energy Star Stone. If he used it up, he would not be able to use it. It would be better to add the Spirit Sunflower Fire Seed to the 100-mile light sniper and then use the Heaven Bell to enhance the energy. He believed that its power would also be very powerful. Little Pig, can a 100-mile light sniper fire the Spirit Sunflower? Qin Feng thought of it and did it. Little Pig said, Master, the products of Star Saint technology are very user-friendly. They don't need a specific energy supply. As long as there is an energy source, it can be used. Qin Feng was excited again. It seemed that his idea could be put into action. He did not waste any time. He immediately took out the 100-mile light sniper, removed the Energy Star Stone installed at the tail, and put the fist-sized Spirit Sunflower Fire Seed into it. Sizzle. When the Spirit Sunflower was put in, the 100-mile light sniper issued a burst of crisp flames. The body of the gun was originally surrounded by white lightning, but now there were a few circles of blue flames. Although it hadn't been fired yet, Qin Feng could feel the endless hidden energy stirring just by holding the 100-mile light sniper. If this energy burst out, the power would be unimaginable. If he used the Sky Bell to strengthen the energy, the effect would be incomparably fierce. After the preparations were complete, Qin Feng jumped to the top of a big tree and held the domineering 100-mile light sniper in his hand. This wild forest was 80 kilometers away from the Treasure Pill Tower. Qin Feng couldn't even see the location of the Treasure Pill Tower with his naked eye, but he had the 100-mile light sniper. This product of Star Saint technology had a range of 100 kilometers. When Qin Feng opened the long-range scope of the 100-mile light sniper, the Treasure Pill Tower that was 80 kilometers away seemed to appear in front of his eyes. Haha, you bastards of the Treasure Pill Tower. Even if you were beaten to death, you wouldn't think that it was your grandfather who fired the gun from 100 miles away. Qin Feng laughed in his heart. This feeling of hiding in the dark and launching a sneak attack was really refreshing. P.S. Thank you, book friend 45037239, Tycoon Bro, for the 100,000 yuan reward. Congratulations, Tycoon Bro, for becoming the 16th Hedonist Sovereign Alliance leader. After the 11th, Old Do will release 5 chapters for Tycoon Bro. There are many friends getting married on the 11th, so Old Do is extremely busy. Recently, I've been a bit slow in updating. Please forgive me. I'll release 5 chapters after the 11th. Chapter 1735. Boom! A loud explosion erupted, and a streak of blue flames shot out from the laser sniper, like a blue dragon whizzing through the air. A few seconds later, the Spirit Sunflower blossomed in the sky above the Treasure Pill Pavilion. Flames rained down from the sky, scaring many disciples who were passing by. There were even a few who raised their heads in bewilderment, only to be incinerated by the Spirit Sunflower in the next second. Boom! Qin Feng fired the second shot as soon as the flames rained down. An earth-shattering explosion rang out, and this time, the Spirit Sunflower condensed into a huge fireball, raising one of the main buildings of the Treasure Pill Pavilion to the ground. The crowd finally came to their senses. They realized that this was not some kind of spectacle. It was the Treasure Pill Pavilion being attacked. At the same time, the disciples were shocked. Who dared to attack the Treasure Pill Pavilion? Were they tired of living? The Treasure Pill Pavilion is under attack. Everyone, join forces and annihilate the enemy. A junior elder shouted after regaining his senses. Everyone looked around and soon discovered a serious problem. The attacker was nowhere to be seen. Elder Lu Ji, there's no sign of the enemy. Save me. Quick, save me. I'm being burned by the flames. The entire Treasure Pill Pavilion was plunged into chaos. The blue flames rained down from the sky, and anyone who was distracted for a moment would be devoured by the Spirit Sunflower. Many disciples hid under the buildings, and a few of them asked Elder Lu Ji what to do, only to find a blue fireball falling from the sky and burning Elder Lu Ji into nothingness. Quick, informed the Grand Elder and the sect leader. The Treasure Pill Pavilion is in trouble. Qin Feng's attack was too fierce, and the worst part was that the disciples of the Treasure Pill Pavilion couldn't even retaliate. However, this was only the beginning. Qin Feng only fired a few shots from the laser sniper, and he didn't even use the Heaven Bell to enhance the power of the Spirit Sunflower. Even though they were hundreds of kilometers apart, Qin Feng could clearly see the flames and smoke inside the Treasure Pill Pavilion through the telescope. He clapped his hand, and the bronze bell that was as tall as a man appeared in front of him. Then, he pointed the laser sniper at the bottom of the bell and fired a shot. Boom! The commotion was much more intense than before, and Qin Feng could even feel the ground beneath his feet shaking. He hurriedly looked into the telescope, and in just a few breaths, a dazzling blue fireball fell to the ground, instantly setting off a wave of flames. All the buildings within a radius of several hundred meters collapsed instantly, as if a missile had been dropped on them. Qin Feng could faintly hear the loud noises even from 100 miles away in the forest. This heaven bell was indeed extraordinary. Qin Feng suppressed the excitement in his heart and fired a few more shots. Rumble. At this time, the Treasure Pill Pavilion seemed to have suffered a heavenly tribulation. The other areas of Pill City were unscathed. Only the sky above the Treasure Pill Pavilion was ablaze with flames and explosions like muffled thunder. The sect's disciples were already in chaos. In just the time it took for an incense stick to burn, over 100 disciples had been killed, and many disciples had fled the Treasure Pill Pavilion. Sect leader, the base of the Pill Workshop was suddenly attacked. Please go out and take a look. Within a majestic palace, the great elders and little elders of the Treasure Pill Pavilion were gathered, each looking more anxious than the other. Sitting in the main hall was a dignified old man whose aura was as vast as the ocean. Even the great elders in the palace could not see through him. This person was the sect leader of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, Lu Tianhai, who was now at the True Spirit Realm 7. He was originally not a match for Su Mingwei of the Four Direction Tower, but he guessed that Su Mingwei had been severely injured after failing to break through a few days ago, so he wanted to take this opportunity to get rid of the Four Direction Tower. Lu Tianhai did not dare to act alone, so he had been secretly communicating with the sect leaders of the Spirit Pill Association and Immortal Grassgate. They had planned to attack the Four Direction Tower in 5 days, but the base of the Pill Workshop had suddenly been attacked today. Seeing the great elders and little elders panicking, Lu Tianhai had a dissatisfied expression on his face. Their Treasure Pill Pavilion was one of the top 4 pill workshops in the Northern Sand region, so even if they were attacked, they would not be so frightened. All of you shut up. Lu Tianhai roared angrily, and the great elders immediately quietened down. He continued to shout, "If someone dares to cause trouble at the Treasure Pill Pavilion, just go and kill them. Why are you running here in such a panic? What a disgrace." The main hall that Lu Tianhai was in was the place where he cultivated in seclusion. He had already set up a soundproof array to prevent outside interference, so he could not hear the earth-shattering sounds outside. Otherwise, he would not be as calm as he was right now. The little elders did not dare to speak at all. In the end, it was the great elder with the highest prestige who spoke. Lord Sect Leader, the one who attacked the Treasure Pill Pavilion this time, is most likely a powerful force. More than half of the Pill Workshop has been destroyed, but we haven't even found a trace of them. What? How could something like this happen? Lu Tianhai finally realized the seriousness of the situation. He knew that the 4 great elders under him were all at the Buddha Light late stage, and the great elder talking to him was at the peak of the 9 Changes realm. How could they not even find a trace of the enemy? Could it be a true spirit realm master? While Lu Tianhai was pondering, a violent tremor came from the palace. More than half of the building collapsed in an instant. It was more violent than an earthquake. Rumble. Several blue fireballs fell from the cracked roof. 2 of the little elders could not react in time and were incinerated on the spot. The remaining great elders were pale with fright. They quickly found a safe place to hide. Lu Tianhai did not even have the time to scold his cowardly subordinates. Before anyone could see him move, his figure was already hovering in the air. He reached out to grab the fireball that was falling from the sky. However, just as the fireball was about to fall into his hand, Lu Tianhai's expression changed drastically, and he hastily retreated to the side. Rumble. The fireballs fell to the ground and created countless craters, but the flames did not extinguish. They emitted a faint blue light that burned the air in the room. The 20th ranked Heavenly Fire Spirit Sunflower on the Divine Supreme continent? How is this possible? Lu Tianhai's eyes widened as if he had seen a ghost. He would never have thought that the Heavenly Fire Spirit Sunflower would suddenly appear in the sky above the Treasure Pill Pavilion. The surviving great elders in the room were shocked. No wonder these flames were so powerful. They were ranked 20th among the heavenly fires. However, they soon thought of something even more terrifying. Wasn't the heavenly fire spirit sunflower in Senior Long's hands? Could it be Senior Long's doing? Lord Sect Leader, this. The great elder opened his mouth to ask. Lu Tianhai interrupted him before he could finish. It's not a rumor that the heavenly fire spirit sunflower is in Long Qianjuan's hands. It's the truth. Since the heavenly fire spirit sunflower appeared in the sky above the treasure pill pavilion, it must be that old fart Long Qianjuan's doing. Moreover, you didn't even see a shadow. Only Long Qianjun could do something like this. The great elders couldn't help exclaiming. Did Long Qianjun take the wrong medicine? Why did he suddenly attack the treasure pill pavilion? Lord Sect Leader, the rumor a few days ago couldn't be true, right? Long Qianjun took Qin Feng as his disciple? The great elder suddenly blurted out. Lu Tianhai's expression was extremely solemn. His eyes were filled with boundless hatred and fury. He had already allied with the other two pill shops and would be able to destroy the four-way tower in another 5 days. He didn't expect Long Qianjun to suddenly make such a move and ruin all his plans. That old fart Long Qianjun hasn't made a move for several decades. Now that he's suddenly made a move, the rumor must be true. I've really underestimated that Qin Feng. If we don't get rid of him today, he'll definitely become a great threat in the future. Lu Tianhai seemed to be talking to himself. At this point, the great elder's expressions suddenly turned vicious. Since they were going to die anyway, they might as well fight it out with Long Qianjun and the four-way tower. Lu Tianhai also had the same thought. However, before he could give the order, the dark blue fireballs suddenly disappeared. The sky was quiet, as if nothing had happened. Lord Sect Leader, where did the heavenly fire go? The great elders were astonished. Lu Tianhai's expression changed unpredictably. In the end, his expression was cold as ice. Long Qianjun, he's really too much of a bully. Our treasure pill tower has never had any grudges with him. How dare he attack us like this? The few elders were puzzled, but no one dared to ask too much. Lu Tianhai was still cursing Long Qianjun, Qin Feng, and the four-way tower. He had made a mistake from the very beginning. He thought that Long Qianjun had personally made the move. He didn't know that it was actually Qin Feng who had shot the spirit sunflower with the 100-mile race sniper. Because of this, when the spirit sunflower suddenly disappeared, Lu Tianhai thought that Long Qianjun had purposely pressured him into doing something to show his submission. In truth, for a moment, Lu Tianhai wanted to contact the other two pill shops and fight to the death with Long Qianjun. However, he immediately dismissed this crazy idea. Putting aside the cultivation realm that Long Qianjun had attained, just the wave of heavenly fire attack just now had already inflicted heavy damage to the treasure pill pavilion. At this time, what qualifications did he have to rope in the other two pill workshops to risk their lives for him? Taking a step back, since Long Qianjun had launched a fierce attack on the treasure pill tower, would he also launch an attack on the Immortal Herb Gate and the Spirit Pill Association? Moreover, even though the Bright Moon Tower's head of the four-way tower was injured, the power of the number 1 pill shop could not be ignored. If Long Qianjun and the four-way tower joined hands, the treasure pill tower would be destroyed in minutes. In just a few short minutes, thousands of thoughts flashed through Lu Tianhai's mind. If he knew the truth, would he die of anger on the spot? Quick, seal the treasure pill tower and activate the 5th grade defensive formation. Announce to the public that the treasure pill tower will be sealed off from the outside world for 5 years. A moment later, Lu Tianhai suddenly issued an order. The great elders were dumbfounded. They had no idea what the sect leader was thinking. Lord Sect Leader, do you want to reconsider? The great elder couldn't help but ask. Halfway through his sentence, Lu Tianhai rebuked him. Cut the crap. Hurry up and do as I say. 50 kilometers away, Qin Feng gloomily put away his 100-kilometer light sniper. Not long ago, Little Pig had reminded him that he couldn't shoot the spirit sunflower flame anymore because the 100-mile ray sniper was a product of star technology. Its original energy supply was all kinds of energy stones. The spirit sunflower was a heavenly flame of the divine world. It had almost burnt the 100-mile light sniper rifle after being shot several times. You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.